inductees, Brent Godarzi and Marty Young. Back-to-back #1 trucking firm in the nation. Back-to-back best attorney and best law firm in East Texas.
It's fully loaded, great gas mileage, 30,000-mile warranty.
I like it. What else do you have?
Here's one. It's fully loaded, great gas mileage, 30,000-mile warranty.
Looks like the same car.
Exactly the same. But this one's $120 less per month.
What's the catch?
No catch if you use Credit Union of Texas. Let me show you.
With the Credit Union of Texas Flex Auto Loan, you get the car of your dreams. Lower payments, no hassle. Get started now at cutx.org.
Crowley Funeral Home has been serving families in Gilmer since 1883. Funeral director and Gilmer High School graduate Troy Murray leads the professional staff at Crowley Funeral Home and is committed to providing dignified, respectful, and compassionate assistance to every family in their time of need. Crowley Funeral Home feels strongly about maintaining high standards of excellent service while still keeping prices affordable. At Crowley Funeral Home, we treat your family as our own.
Gilmer National Bank is your hometown community bank, serving people in East Texas for over a century. We are your neighbors, friends, and partners in making this a great place to live. Our employees make us a special place to do business. We are there for you when you need us. Come by and see us and find out what makes people say, "That's my bank." Gilmer National Bank, an equal opportunity lender and member FDIC.
At Farmers Insurance, we've seen almost everything, so we know how to cover almost anything, even a rock and wreck. Yeah! He rocked and rolled right into it, but we covered it. At Farmers, we know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
When tragedy strikes, you don't want to be in a position where you're second guessing your lawyer's ability or the resolve to get you fairly compensated. When you hire Godarzi & Young, you know you're hiring a law firm that has nationally ranked settlements and verdicts. We have over 2 decades of experience holding 18-wheeler companies accountable for their negligent action. Don't make the mistake of hiring anybody else. Hire the best. Hire Godarzi & Young.
Do you enjoy watching your favorite TV programs on your smartphone or tablet? Or maybe you'd rather watch them on your Roku or Amazon Fire TV. Tired of having to change your TV input from your old traditional cable to watch your favorite streaming apps? If so, we have great news for you. eTex is making the move to streaming and has launched a new app. eTex TV allows you to watch over 130 channels in full HD on your streaming or mobile devices. This means you can simply download the eTex TV app, subscribe, and start watching. With all your favorite functions like DVR and Pause Live TV, and new features like Restart TV. To learn more, visit www.etex.net or contact a customer service rep at 903-797-HELP. That's 903-797-4357.
Texas Heritage National Bank would like to invite the Buckeye Nation to visit our new full-service bank in Gilmer. We are conveniently located on Highway 271 and Redbud Street with a brand new facility ready to serve our friends and neighbors. We offer competitive rates on all of our deposit products, as well as some great options for business financing to help your business grow from 5 employees to 500 employees. Texas Heritage National Bank would also like to take this time to thank all of the teachers, administration, and school board for investing in the future of our kiddos. We would also like to wish all of the student athletes a wonderful and safe year. Come see us soon.
It's gonna be alright. How can you tell? I feel it in my heart. It's gonna be alright.
Juicy's Burgers, serving you for over 40 years.
At First National Bank, together we're better. We're a regional bank, big enough for all of East Texas, that cares and is invested in the people and communities we serve. With the strength and services to meet the needs of every customer, big or small, from business financing for big companies and to our family of banking customers. First, together. And we think that's kind of a big.
Please join Jeff and Alan Metz Monday morning for the Gilmer Buckeye Coaches Show. Every week, Jeff and Alan discuss elements of the program, speak with special guests, give player updates, review key plays from the prior week, and give insights on the opponent for the current week. As a fan, this is your chance to go into the locker room and behind the scenes. To view the Coaches Show, go to GilmerBuckeyes.com and click on the Coaches Show button. Go Buckeyes!
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to
two-time Hall of Fame inductees, Brent Godarsky and Marty Young.
Comparatively Friday night, it feels like Jamboree time here in Gilmer, Texas, as we are into district competition as your undefeated second rank in the state. Gilmer Buckeyes host for the second week in a row a team from Texarkana, Texas. This is the Liberty-Eylau Leopards come to town tonight. At 5-1, they're off to a great start. Liberty-Eylau, obviously crimson, black, and white. They're all dressed in white tonight with their crimson and black trim. Head coach Dwoski Davis, it's his third season. He's 16-12 at the school. Offensive formation, Jeff, they run a multiple one-back, and it's all about their quarterback. We'll talk about him tonight as he can really spin the ball. And, of course, typical Liberty-Eylau, we remember all the way back to the early 2000s, Jeff, and we have these battles with Liberty-Eylau back and forth as lots of emotions come out when it's Liberty-Eylau week. Beat LE t-shirts still floating around Gilmer, and that's exactly what they're going to try to do tonight. They opened the season with Henderson, won 26-22, then they beat Paris 28-0, beat Mount Pleasant 14-12, and beat Atlanta 16-14. Jeff, one of the things that three of those four teams have in common is right now they're all 1-5. They lost to Sulphur Springs, who's 5-1, and then beat Longview Spring Hill, who's also 1-5. So they are 5-1, but Jeff, they have the absolute toughest schedule in 4A altogether. As the Buckeyes come in here tonight as heavy favorites. We've seen scores prediction as much as 44-0. Boy, that would be great, but Jeff, it would be a great thing if the Buckeye Black Flag defense plays as well as it did last week. They did not give up a single first down to Pleasant Grove, and that was really, I think, what a lot of people would consider the district championship game. And the Buckeye Black Flag didn't just show up. They absolutely shut Pleasant Grove down. If they can continue to improve and play like that, any team, not just Liberty-Eylau, but any team's going to have a hard time with these Buckeyes.
Yeah, I was stunned at the defensive performance last week. I've seen a lot of good defensive stands by the Buckeyes, and I've been commenting last year and this year at how good they've gotten inside the red zone, typically, especially within the 5-yard line or so, how stingy they've gotten. But gosh, I never thought in a million years they'd be holding. If I ever told you, hey Todd, I'll bet you $100 that we'll or Eric's house. Yeah, that's our traditional bet. I'll bet you Eric's house. I'll bet you Eric's house that the Buckeyes will hold Pleasant Grove to 18 yards of total offense in the first half. I bet you would have taken that bet for a heartbeat.
It was crazy. I've never seen more preparation, and of course I really texted the heck out of Tommy, our defensive coordinator, Tommy Edwards, the next night all the way back home and the next morning about how great they played. But they were just well prepared. You see what happens when you have 2 weeks off to prepare for a team.
Well, because they gave them 3 weeks to prepare.
Oh, the Buckeyes had them home.
That was 3 weeks, and they were ready for them. And, boy, you could really tell the defense. And let me tell you something, Pleasant Grove is not a slacker team. They've got athletes, and they're good size. And I'll tell you, I walked down beside the Liberty-Eylau Leopards, who were playing tonight, who, like you say, are 5-1, beat only by Sulphur Springs. And I'm gonna tell you, they got some size on them this year. They're big. They're always athletic. They're always fast. So you got a 5-1 team going up against the Buckeyes, the undefeated Buckeyes tonight. What is Liberty-Eylau ranked? What is their rank in the state?
They're ranked actually in the low 20s.
Low 20s.
And it's just strength of schedule mostly because, quite frankly, they really haven't played anybody with the easy schedule that they've had.
Well, they know what they're up against tonight with the Buckeyes. This is their Super Bowl.
It is. It is everybody's Super Bowl when they get the Buckeyes, but you got them at home. And tonight, Jeff, it's all going to be about their quarterback number 10, and that's Jaden Hampton. And Jaden is a passer. And when I say he's a passer, we've seen chunkers in the past of guys that threw the football to an area or just kind of chunk it downfield. Yeah. That is not what Mr. Hampton brings to the table. He is about 6 feet tall. Jeff, he probably weighs north of 230 pounds. He is very thick. He's not mobile, but boy, he can absolutely spin it. And they've got some athletes.
And does he have a target, a new target up and coming? A freshman that's actually starting on the varsity for this big team. And they say this guy is NFL bound. They're already saying it. He had 3 touchdowns, for example, last week against Spring Hill. And he is just an absolute, I mean, this is probably a 15-year-old kid, right?
He wears number 15, and he is 15.
Yeah, and he is an absolute beast of a receiver. In fact, it's going to be fun to watch him tonight. I can't wait to see a freshman on the field that's that capable. Yeah, and it's going to be fun to watch him the next 3 years after this year.
Yeah, his name is DeQuan Prevost, and he's a freshman. He's right at 6 feet tall, 165 pounds. But, Jeff, as you mentioned, he is absolutely electric. And they've also got those normal other speedsters back there in all their wide receiver spots. All those guys are 3-star. Jeff, what we're going to do is take a quick break and go down to the field for our national anthem.
The Texas flag, Gentry, U.S. Guard, Cadet Airman Billy England, and the Texas Guard, Cadet Airman Christine Bocanegra. And now, our national anthem played by your Buckeye Band.
Our national anthem brought to you by the all Division I last week Gilmer Buckeye Band. Don't know if you heard DJ Bulls in the background bragging on the Buckeye Band going back to state. They finished in the top 3 the last 2 years. So proud of them as they are well on their way to another sweepstakes performance. You mentioned, Jeff, in the pregame how excellent they looked last week at halftime. And we will probably see that on display tonight as they get all ones in their region competition, but that's just the warm-up.
Yeah, I hope they do the same performance they did last week. I was obviously not out. I was home with a sick kid last week. Thanks for covering Todd and Joe. And it was I was watching it on television, and I was going, oh my gosh, this is incredible. Complicated, you know, where they're doing the what do they call that when they cross through each other? Is that some type of maneuver? You were in the band. I don't know what that is.
That is basically what's called a perpendicular march, where they're 2 blocks merging into each other.
Yeah, I don't know if you just made that up or not, but I don't know any different. So It was incredibly complicated, and they executed it flawless. So congratulations to the bands, all ones headed to state. So we're certainly proud of those young people.
We want to recognize our captains tonight, number 17, of course, Ro Fluellen, all-world, and boy, did he play off a great game last week, and looking forward to the same. Number 1, Tyson Wilson, the quarterback back there in the backfield. Number 4, Cade Bowman, and then number 60, the senior Sergio Echeverria, and he is a big old lineman. And it looks like the Buckeyes have won the toss and elected to defer, the Liberty-Eylau won the toss.
Buckeyes are kicking.
Yeah, we're going to kick off, and we will have the black flag come out first.
We'll be defending the north end zone.
And I tell you what, Jeff, it's not too often that I want to play defense first. I want to get off to a fast start. That's just me. Of course, I've shared that with Coach Metzel, and quite frankly, he doesn't care.
Yeah, he actually told me that. He was like, hey, Todd mentioned something to me the other day. Would you please tell him I don't care?
Yeah. There's a method to his madness. He watched a lot more film than I do,
to lose my number.
But I will tell you this. After watching the Buckeye Black Flag last week, I am all for starting out on defense. As just incredible as they 3-and-out. They had 6 straight 3-and-outs to start the game. And Pleasant Grove literally was negative in the offensive category until just a few plays into the second quarter, where they finally broke out of negative territory. Jeff, they had, I think you mentioned it, 18 yards of total offense in the first half.
Yeah, I was
just
stunned.
ridiculous.
Yeah, it's crazy. And as the receiving team kick off, I got a couple of shout-outs I want to do tonight. First of all the way in Germany, we have friends from Germany. Carolyn's parents are listening tonight.
Wait, can I say something?
You say whatever you want.
Schöne Grüße aus Texas wünsche ich dir mal, unsere deutschen Freunden. Willkommen hier bei Ami Football und Go Buckeyes.
Yeah, that was, here's the kickoff. High pooch kick, fair catch called on the 29-yard line. So along with those good friends of ours all the way over in Germany listening tonight, in the middle of the night I might add, I'd also like to give a good shout out to Mr. Morris, who listens every Friday night. Obviously the Camps are listening to us, the Irwins are listening to us at home. And and also I want to thank Stanley Ford. Stanley Ford, who sponsors the Buckeyes every year. They usually bring vehicles and put them down here in the end of the end zones. We want to thank those guys. They do a great job for supporting our kids and other events here in the community. So thanks, Stanley Ford. I bought my truck there. Great truck, love it. Recommend you do the same. Stanley Ford here in Gilmer, Texas. Here's our opening offensive drive by the Leopards. Here's the snap, dropping back. Easily throws to a wide open number 15, headed for the end zone, and he will be chased down, no, touchdown. First play of scrimmage, the Leopards are in the end zone. Buckeye fans are in disbelief.
Yeah, that's number 15, the freshman that you mentioned. He just runs right by. They go empty. He runs right by Tyson Wilson, thinking that he's going to have safety help on the other side. But quite frankly, Jeff, that was all goes, and there were 3 white jerseys behind everybody in a black shirt on that one. We told you Hampton could throw the football. You saw it there, and boy, did we see number 15, the freshman, who scored 3 touchdowns last week. And he has 1 play to score tonight as Liberty-Eylau comes out and shocks the Buckeyes on the first play from scrimmage. They go empty out of the backfield, and Hampton just lays it up to 15, runs under it, and will not be denied the end zone. 6-0 already as Liberty-Eylau draws first blood.
All right, here's the snap. The kick is blocked, and so the Buckeyes are going to limit them to 6 as they get a hand on that one and block it. And you're not kidding when you talk about the size of the quarterback. He doesn't look like a quarterback. He looks like a guard or maybe a tackle. He is a big, thick kid, but boy, he's got an arm on him.
He can throw the football. He can absolutely spin it. But in that backfield back there, of course, the defensive secondary talking, that's Tyson Wilson and number 17, Ro Fluellen. As I think they just got confused whether they were in man or whether they were in zone, but those guys ran straight up the hashes, emptied the secondary. And it was just throw it for all you're worth. It was planned, obviously, all week long by Liberty-Eylau. First play from scrimmage, and they caught the Buckeyes on that one. 6-0 Liberty-Eylau leads after just 12 seconds. And the Buckeyes now going to be receiving as 1 play, 1 score for Liberty-Eylau. You could not have scripted it any better for them to start.
Oh, yeah, that was stunning. I mean, just right from the start. I mean, got behind them. And that was, I'll bet you they'll make some adjustments on that and make sure that doesn't happen again. They just flooded the zone. They had several receivers, and they were all going deep. He had a lot to choose from. Great play call on the Leopard side of the ball. Buckeyes just let them get behind them, and they paid for it.
Number 10 and number 17 back deep. That's Hamilton. And, of course, Llewellyn back deep. We'll see if they will kick it deep. Jeremiah, the G-man on his own 40, is the up man, along with Cade Bowman. If they try to pooch kick this, we'll see what they do.
All right, here's the kickoff, and it is going to be right down the middle. Hits the turf, picked up, returned down the middle of the field. Buckeyes are going to have good field position, 1st and 10 for their own 31-yard line.
Almost exactly where Liberty-Eylau started with their drive, Jeff. Let's see if it only takes one play here for the Buckeyes to answer, as the fast break offense led by number 11, and that is Caden Tennyson. So used to calling BT's number back there for the last 2 years. Still a Tennyson in the backfield, as 1st and 10 for the Buckeyes from their own 31.
All right, Haynes in the backfield from the shotgun. Here's the first snap. Caden drops back, looking to pass, goes long, across the middle, and just over the head of number 17, Rowan Flewell, and that ball is going to fall incomplete. Bring up 2nd down.
Yeah, Rose wide open there. He just ran a little bit more shallow than Caden was expecting him to run, as he was running away from the safety. But that might have been a one-play score right there to Rowan Flewell if he gets that one in the open field.
2 receivers wide left. Here's the snap. Handoff around the left side. Number 9 up the field he scampers. It's going to be a 7-yard gain for Haynes. And that'll bring up 3rd and about, we'll say a long 3.
Yeah, I didn't know if Ashton was going to cut off that outside block and wide receiver out there just let it go right before contact, and he ran right into the man. Otherwise, it's been a big gain.
All right, 1 receiver to the left, 2 to the right. Here's the snap. Handoff up the middle. Haynes bounces out to the right side, driving his legs, jerk back short of the 1st down, gets out to the 40, and that is going to be 4th and 1 for the Buckeyes. They've got a decision to make.
I think the decision is go, as Coach Metzel here is not going to take his foot off the gas or give the ball back to Liberty-Eylau, down 1 score already after just 12 seconds. They're going to put the speedster, Will Henderson, in the backfield. And look out, Jeff, because the way that Ashton got that corner just a second ago, if you give Will Henderson that corner, it is going to be lights out. 4th down and 1. Big play here from their own 40. Buckeyes showing their intent here.
All right. They go motion, put a tight end and a slot man to the right side. Henderson, and they break through and stop the play for a loss. Henderson fighting for his life, and man, they read that all the way. Somebody got through on the defensive line as though he was untouched and dropped Will for about a 9-yard loss. And so that's going to be turnover on downs, unbelievably, on the Buckeye 32-yard line. So now the defense of the Buckeyes are going to have to step up in a big way, as the Leopards have incredibly good field position.
Yeah, that's everybody came through on the left-hand side. They stunted to it, slanted to it, and just overwhelmed the Buckeye offensive line, and they didn't get anybody blocked on that. There's 4 guys literally on top of Will before he even gets the ball. And here's another trick play, Jeff. Look at out this formation all the way out to the side, and do not be dismayed. Now, even from the near hash, Hampton can get it out there from here.
Absolutely. They've got diamond pattern, trip receivers to the right. They hand off to the left side, and he hits a wall of Buckeyes, and he is just slung to the ground by a host of Buckeyes. They're saying they got the ball, but the referee says no, he was down.
Yeah, that's number 5, Seth Jordan, coming up with the football there, but they had obviously stopped his progress a yard short of the original line of scrimmage. It's going to be 2nd and 11, and that is like what we saw last week, Jeff. Deep penetration from that Buckeye front, catches the running back before he can really get started.
2 receivers wide to the right, 2 to the left, 1 back from the shotgun. Here's the snap. Handoff, reverse to number 15, right side. Got good blocking. Picks up 5 yards. Nice run, and that young man, as a freshman, has got some wheels.
Yeah, he can fly. Now, he can't Will Henderson fly, but he kind of reminds you of a younger Chris Boyd. He's tall and slender, but he only gets probably 5 back halfway to the marker. They need the 22-yard line for a first down, and the Buckeyes, after just a horrendous start here, need to get a stop and force Liberty-Eylau into a big decision.
2 receivers right, 2 left. Quarterback's alone in the backfield. Here's the snap. He rolls to the left side. Dumps one out to the flat, wide open. Going to be just shy of the first down. He gets down to the 25-yard line. He needed 3 more for the first, so that's 4th and 3, certainly go for it territory.
Yeah, that's Jamar Bird coming up from his corner position, making that tackle. 4th down and 3. No kicker for Liberty-Eylau. This is where the Buckeyes need to have a big stop. But, Jeff, look at them try to get the ball to number 15, Prevost. That's the freshman that we talked about. And the Buckeyes obviously need to get some pressure here. That quarterback's not very mobile, but Hampton can sure sling it.
All right, here's the snap. He drops back to his right side. Out pattern complete.
Incomplete.
Incomplete.
Hit him right in the hands, but
and
good
he drops
job.
it, so that's turnover on downs. And all that did was cost the Buckeyes about 5 yards from where they started earlier. So good job there by the Buckeye defense.
Yeah, Zach Easley. Let's see if this offensive line, who's played really well, Jeff, tonight or this year, can really see if they can pick up these stunts. Now, they have a huge defensive lineman, Jeff. That is Liberty-Eylau, and he is a 4-star guy. That is Tracy Revels. He's number 1, and he is 6'2", 175, but he is some kind of athletic.
All right, motion from Haynes. Cade drops back, looking to pass, fires one over the middle, tipped, and almost picked off. That ball is going to be ruled incomplete.
And that's number 17, Tavarius Neal, making a really good play on that ball. As Caden just waited and waited and waited, he had good protection for Rowe to clear. And he did clear, but he gave the backside corner, Rivas, time to get into that passing lane. That'll bring up 2nd and 10.
All right, 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Here's the snap. Fakes the handoff, dumps it to number 10, Hamilton. Hamilton somehow miraculously breaks free. Still running, the 30, the 20, the 15, the 10, and drug down on the 6. What a play. And a flag to boot.
That's going to be
a face mask or a horse collar, and that's going to take them half the distance to the goal. And what a job there by Hamilton. You don't see him just a whole lot. He did the kickoff return for the opening kickoff, and Hamilton, the senior, really escaped what I thought was for sure a tackle. And, man, he squeezed out of there somehow or another and scampered down the field. I thought he was going to score.
Yeah, he just had his legs keep moving. And obviously you see the speed of Liberty-Eylau, because Hamilton is maybe the 4th or 5th fastest guy on the Buckeye squad, which is saying something when you got a 10-400 guy back there. But he gets all the way down to the 5. A horse collar is going to bring it down to the 3. 1st and goal Buckeyes, 7:31 left in the first quarter. And the Buckeyes trying to answer that early score by Liberty-Eylau.
All right, here's the snap. Handoff to Haynes up the middle. And they're going to do a good job of stopping him. He's on about the 3.
Jeff, you see that Liberty-Eylau defensive front, and they are some kind of good. Defensive lineman Richter, Easter, those guys up front are very, very difficult to block. They make a pile, but they're also very athletic, so hard to get any yards inside, Jeff.
All right, here comes the snap. Buckeyes on the 3. They go wide with Haynes, and he's in the end zone for the first Buckeye score.
So tie ball game with 6:45 left, extra point left to come, as that long switch screen pass by Hamilton, that goes 66 yards with the horse collar to make it a 68.5-yarder. And after no room up front, the Buckeyes run wide and draw even, 6-6 here, halfway through this first quarter, and extra point left to come to give the Buckeyes at least a 1-point advantage.
All right, here comes the snap. It's clean. The kick is up and through the upright. So with 6:46 left to play in the first quarter, Buckeyes lead 7-6, and that first touchdown was dedicated to our good friends in Germany, Liliana and Adam Merrick. Hope you guys enjoy listening in the middle of the night.
In the middle of the night.
Over at Germany. We'll be right back after these messages.
Two-time Hall of Fame inductees, Brent Godarzy and Marty Young. Back-to-back #1 trucking firm in the nation. Back-to-back best attorney and best law firm in East Texas.
It's fully loaded, great gas mileage, 30,000-mile warranty.
I like it. What else do you have?
Here's one. It's fully loaded, great gas mileage, 30,000-mile warranty.
Looks like the same car.
Exactly the same. But this one's $120 less per month.
What's the catch?
No catch if you use Credit Union of Texas. Let me show you.
With the Credit Union of Texas Flex Auto Loan, you get the car of your dreams. Lower payments, no hassle. Get started now at cutx.org.
All right, we're back here in Jeff Traylor Stadium. 6:45 left to play. 7-6 Buckeyes lead. Here's the kickoff by the Buckeyes. Onside kick, and I think they got it.
Executed to perfection.
That was a great kick. Now, they gave it to him. I was afraid they may have touched it at the 9-yard mark. It has to go 10 yards before they can pick it up. And, man, the Buckeyes answering to the stunning first play touchdown to Liberty-Eylau by kicking an onside kick, this early in the game. So good for them.
That was an absolute perfect.
What a great kick.
Yeah, I mean, it was just perfect execution. As the side judge was right there looking at it, and Buckeyes get the ball 1st and 10 from the Liberty-Eylau 48. Short field, let's see if they can do something with it.
Two receivers wide right, one to the left. Haynes in the backfield. Here's the snap. Handoff, right side, number 22. He's got the corner and run out of bounds around the 38-yard line. That was Will Henderson on the carry and being led by Haynes around the right side.
Jeff, we're not kidding when we just say he's faster than everybody else. It's just...
You know what? I've decided last week after listening to you guys that I was annoyed by that. We say it every time he touches the ball. I refuse all night to talk about his speed. I refuse. Again, if I do, somebody punch me.
1st and 10 Buckeyes.
Trip receivers to the left, one to the right. Here's the snap. Dropping back. In trouble. Rolling. Trying to run. He's going to be sacked and dropped for a loss.
Yeah,
he just had nobody to cover. Everybody was covered. He had nobody to throw to.
And we got a timeout here as the LE coach looked straight ahead and called timeout immediately. And we are going to take that timeout with the Liberty-Eylau Leopards and come right back after these messages.
Crowley Funeral Home has been serving families in Gilmer since 1883. Funeral director and Gilmer High School graduate Troy Murray leads the professional staff at Crowley Funeral Home and is committed to providing dignified, respectful, and compassionate assistance to every family in their time of need. Crowley Funeral Home feels strongly about maintaining high standards of excellent service while still keeping prices affordable. At Crowley Funeral Home, we treat your family as our own.
All right, we're back here to Jeff Traylor Stadium. Having a great time tonight on Friday night. It is football weather for sure. It is just a beautiful fall evening. The bands are playing and the cheerleaders are cheering and the drill teams are drilling and everybody's having a good time. You can smell popcorn in the air. Buckeyes are playing one of their rivals in the district. This is just a great night for football, and what a beautiful stadium we have and a beautiful school and wonderful town. Life is good. Trip receivers.
Not so good for the Buckeyes, Jeff. 2nd and 15 after that sack. The Buckeyes need the 28-yard line for a first down. They'll snap this one from the 42.
Trip receivers wide to the left, one to the right. Here's the snap, fakes the handoff, dumps a quick pass 17 inside. Look at him weaving through traffic, unbelievable. About a 10-yard gain there by Rowan Fluellen, and that is going to move the stick but not the chain. That's going to leave about 3rd and 6, maybe 3rd and 5.
In 4-down territory, Jeff, that is such a nice play on 3rd down. Gives you 3rd down and 6, 2 plays to make 6 yards. That is more than like the comfort zone for this Buckeye offense.
All right, let's do Ashton outside here. Here comes the snap. Looked like we had movement up front. This is a free play, and they went for the end zone. Double coverage. Pass was intended there for Hamilton, number 10. and ball was overthrown.
Now let's see what the call is here, Jeff, because this could be disastrous.
I think it was probably offsides.
Yeah, the side judge over here for the Buckeyes ran over and did not exactly signal in front of the Gilmer bench.
I didn't see if Gilmer moved or not to draw him offsides, but I did see the defensive player, jump across. I thought I saw him jump across the neutral zone.
Yeah, now they're talking to Liberty-Eylau now about declining this penalty. This is going to be against the Buckeyes, Jeff.
We must have moved. We must have moved up front. It was probably on the left side because we had the far line judge. Somebody on the left side must have moved.
The referee went to check on the side judge.
Offsides.
He's got his mic on.
Offsides. Defense.
Okay, offsides on the defense.
They were checking to see if it was going to be a first down. That was it. If it was going to be the distance was going to be the first down. So that does give the Buckeyes an automatic first down.
That's first down. Yeah, I thought I saw a kid step across the neutral zone.
All of our players thought it was offsides because we obviously took the free play and took the shot down the field to Hamilton.
Yeah. All right, 2 receivers wide to the right. Handoff up the middle, left side, bounces outside, and it is going to be just shy of the first down, but a nice run there by Henderson.
Out of bounds at the 22-yard line.
Jeff, this is the answer that the Buckeyes needed is after that first play, just blown coverage gives up the early touchdown on the first play from scrimmage from Liberty-Eylau. This black flag defense would like that to be the only score, but from the offensive standpoint, the Buckeyes 2 possessions in a row really had it rolling here.
2 receivers wide right, 2 left. Henderson in the backfield. Here's the snap, handoff up the middle. Henderson finds a gap, and he's going to the house. Touchdown, Buckeyes. Very well executed play. And I love how they lined up the receivers. Did you see that, Todd? They stacked them right on top of each other, far left, far right.
Let me tell you what that does, Jeff. It makes those linebackers in the middle, cheat outside, and that is all you need with a Will Henderson who hides behind that tackle, sees his hole, and when he bursts through there, there's just nothing to see but the back of his jersey.
That was just a well-executed offensive play right there. And we've seen some of those on both sides of the ball tonight.
Really have.
But I prefer it on our side.
I agree.
Here's the snap. It was kind of it is up and good. That was a great job there by the holder to recover there because that ball was a little bit on the ground. So Buckeyes score again. It's now 14-6. Gilmer Buckeyes lead with 5:18 left to play. We'll be right back after this word from our wonderful sponsors.
Gilmer National Bank is your hometown community bank, serving people in East Texas for over a century. We are your neighbors, friends, and partners in making this a great place to live. Our employees make us a special place to do business. We are there for you when you need us. Come by and see us and find out what makes people say, "That's my bank." Gilmer National Bank, an equal opportunity lender and member FDIC.
So, Jeff, that's a 5-play, 48-yard drive by the Buckeyes, capped off with a touchdown by Will Henderson as the Buckeyes take a lead now 14-6. Jeff, they were favored here to win 44-0. I thought that was fairly unusual for any team from Liberty-Eylau to be that heavily favored. At this point, I'll just take one more point than Ellie has. 8 points more is good for me right now.
All right, here's a high pooch kick from the Buckeyes. Going to be fielded at the 29-yard line and dropped. Picked up and dropped again, and he is tackled on the 29-yard line.
Good coverage from the Buckeyes special team. Braden Rash in there on the coverage as that is fumbled by number 9, as you mentioned, Jeff, and he had to turn his back to pick the ball up, and then once he did that, he was just wearing Buckeyes. 1st and 10 from the 28, exactly like you draw it up on special teams for the pooch kick. But let's see if these Buckeyes back here in the secondary, Tyson Wilson, number 12, Easley, and number 17, Ro Fluellen, are all going to be paying attention to number 15, as it's pretty obvious they're going to try to get him the ball.
All right, trip receivers to the right, 1 to the left, 1 back in the backfield. Here's the snap. Handoff around the left side, big hole to run through, and luckily closed up there at the last second. Just kind of an arm tackle, number 20. Castillo got his hands on him.
It was a good thing because, Jeff,
that was a big hole.
He had some green grass on that one. The Buckeyes fortunate right now that it's just 2nd and 6 as he gets out beyond the 30-yard line. Liberty-Eylau will take their time, but Jeff, they will do everything in the world they can do to attack any opportunity that you give them. And with Hamilton's ability to throw the football like he can, they can get those athletes in space.
All right, 2 receivers to the left, 1 wide to the right. Here's the snap. Heavy pressure, has to dump it. Dangerous pass. I'll tell you, that could have been anybody's. And he just dumped that one. As we had a Buckeye right in his face. I haven't seen the number yet on that. Was number 40? Was that?
Number 40 was in his face, and number 5, Seth Jordan, was almost in position to intercept that pass.
Yeah, it was Connor Dunn that was put the pressure on him, so he didn't have time to set up that screen. My aunt, Diane Milton, was making fun of me a while ago about and the drill team was drilling. And so Diane was she's upset because she couldn't be on the drill team back when she was in school because she was way too tall. Way too tall for the drill team. 2 receivers, wide right, 2 left. Here's the snap. Fires a bullet across the middle. Pass intended there for number 15, and that's going to fall incomplete.
And Jeff, 15 was open. That's perfect. That's the freshman we talked about. He was open, but that just had a little bit of heat on it as Hamilton threw that ball a little bit early, and he heard some footsteps as he crossed the middle. And that is going to be a 3-and-out for these Buckeyes, who have now taken a 14-6 lead. We still have 4 minutes and 20 seconds left in this first quarter, Jeff. But I tell you one thing that I would not do if I was Liberty-Eylau, and that is kick it to number 17, Ro Fluellen. You're taking your life into your hands when you do that if you are facing these Buckeyes. Ro standing at his own 35.
Rowan Fluellen on his own 35-yard line, barely got off the punt. And that is taking a heck of a bounce. And Rowan has to back off of it all the way down to the 19-yard line. What a great punt.
Great punt. That is a rugby-style punt that the Buckeyes put some pressure on and punted it out to the wide side of the field away from Rowe. There were a couple of bounces and opportunities that I thought Rowe was going to put his foot in the ground and go grab that up. But luckily he thought better of it. And the Buckeyes are going to be about 81 yards away from their own 19-yard line. As effective as they were on that last drive, Jeff, I don't know if it's going to take them too long. 4:07 left in the first quarter. Buckeyes lead 14-6, and this will be their 3rd possession of the night.
All right, Buckeyes send 2 receivers to the wide side of the field, 2 to the short. Haynes is in the backfield. Haynes goes in motion. Dropping back. Going to run for it. Caden's going to be chased down from behind. I tell you, if he hadn't run into his own tackle there, he had some green grass, and he really could have got down the field. But unfortunately, it's going to be a loss of about 4 yards. Going to back him up.
Yeah, that's the second time that Caden has taken a sack back there on the exact same play. As he's just a little bit of inexperience back there, Jeff, is that you got to pick your angle from the time that you leave, and you run up there to the line of scrimmage, and you run into the back of your own men.
All right, here's the snap, fakes the handoff, setting up a good screen. And that is a pass to Castillo, and he is downfield for a nice gain there. Elias catches that. I think he was in the fullback position probably right there, and he gets all the way down to, he's 1 yard short. So that was just a great, that was about a 13-yard gain there by Elias.
Very well executed, Jeff.
That's fine young man too.
Yeah,
that young
mid-season
Elias
fun.
is just a great kid. I enjoy him. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Haynes is in the backfield.
Got to block him up front here, Jeff.
All right, looks like we have another offsides. They're going for a go pattern, and it is intercepted. Pass intended for number 4. Caden Bowman, number 15, just runs out of bounds. And I think it's there's flags on the play. If it was offsides, that's good. That was just a free play. I tell you what, though, they're covering that fly pattern quite well. We've thrown it up twice, and it was in double coverage both times.
Yeah, and Jeff, I'm impressed with our offensive line as we've drawn Liberty-Eylau offsides 2 times in a row now, both of those to pick up first downs. Jeff, want to send a special shout out. We're going to talk a little bit about this more tonight, but offsides give the Buckeyes a first down. But special shout out to the birthday boy, Mr. Manuel Johnson out there listening to us, and Mr. Buckeye and a foundational part of this program for the last 20 years.
For anybody that's not familiar with that name that may be new to town, Manuel Johnson was the quarterback that led us to our first state championship back in 2004. Here's the snap. Handoff to Haynes, left side. Haynes cuts up field, and he's going to be good for about 3 yards on that carry.
Yeah, you saw, Jeff, because it's right here in front of us, the penetration that the Liberty-Eylau front, that is 3 big bodies that are up there, and those are big boys, as they are not just big and make a pile, Jeff. They're athletic as well. And good cut there by Ashton to pick up 3 yards, and that's a long way to run for just a short pickup.
3 receivers to the right. Fakes the handoff. Keeper, and he's going to hang on to it and get back maybe to the line of scrimmage just a hair more, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 7 for the Buckeyes.
What you're seeing right now, Jeff, is that 3 men able to eat up 5 linemen, so when you bring the linebackers, they're running free and getting that pressure as the Buckeye offensive line has got their hands absolutely full with these big boys up front for Liberty-Eylau. 3rd down and 7 now.
They do have some size, I'm telling you.
They're big and athletic.
All right, here's the Buckeyes. Here's the snap. It's a draw play. Got a little room to run. He's going to pick up maybe 2 on that one. He was just a millisecond from breaking that one. And the Buckeyes are now looking at 4th and 5 on their own 38-yard line. So they're going to probably
we'll punt this one, Jim.
Punt the ball. So here comes Chris Guillen onto the field to handle the punting duties.
And the dangerous number 15 or number 17 going back deep for Liberty-Eylau. Let's see if this is a rugby-style punt to the wide side of the field, Jeff.
Yeah, he's giving them plenty of time to get down there. Kind of a low punt, but it does take a Buckeye bounce, and it makes it all the way down to the 30-yard line. So Guillen's punt goes to the 30, and here comes Liberty-Eyeslau's offensive unit back on the field.
I know
with 40 seconds left to play in the first.
I know Coach Metzel's a little bit disappointed in that drive. This is what happens, Jeff, when you get 2nd down and 15. Remember that sack is what prevented the Buckeyes from being able to have a 3rd down and manageable. That draw play was the perfect call, but you can see the skill and ability. Now, the good news for the Buckeyes is that they're not that deep. Liberty-Eylau doesn't have a lot of depth. They're very athletic, but all their guys go both ways. So into the second half, the Buckeyes should have the advantage from a fatigue factor, but athletically up front, you can tell how good Ellie is.
All right, quarterback in the backfield by himself. Here's the snap, drops back. Got some pressure, tosses one out. It's going to fall incomplete.
Boy, and it is a good thing that Mr. Bird out there, number 25, was being kind and gentle, because Hamilton just hung his receiver out to dry, and when that popped up, Bird went for the ball, because if he wanted to take out the receiver, he had an absolutely clean shot.
Yeah, that would have been...
Yeah, taken from the slow white ex-cornerback out there. If you had a free shot like that, I'd have taken it, because I sure wasn't going to get to the ball.
All right, they're stacking in tight here. Kind of power up on the right side. Now they're spreading them out wide. And they've got a triangle formation, dropping back, throwing, and what a great defensive play there by the Buckeyes. They're going to pick up maybe 2 yards on it, but just a great job there, my number 25 for the Buckeyes.
Yeah, that's Bird, the corner that we just talked about, Jamar Bird, and then number 13, of course, the young Jeremiah Noble out there as a sophomore. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 7. And once again, watch this crossing route, as I think Liberty-Eylau is going to let this quarter run out, and the Buckeyes are going to take a 14-6 lead into the second quarter. We'll be right back after these messages.
At Farmers Insurance, we've seen almost everything, so we know how to cover almost anything, even a rock and wreck. Yeah! He rocked and rolled right into it, but we covered it. At Farmers, we know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
All right, we're back here at the Jeff Traylor Stadium on a beautiful night where the Buckeyes lead the Liberty-Eylau Leopards 14-6 as we begin the second quarter. And it is pink out night tonight as fans, cheerleaders, drill team, band, And football players all encouraged to wear pink tonight for breast cancer awareness.
Obviously, our support and prayers out to everybody who is dealing with or has dealt with that terrible disease. And nice gesture that goes around, obviously, in the month of October, all over from the NFL all the way down to the high school ranks. 3rd down and 7 now for the Buckeyes from the 34-yard line. And it's a big play, Jeff, for the Buckeyes to get these Liberty-Eylau Leopards off the field. But watch number 15 out here wide to the wide side.
All right, they're doing that same little triangular pattern wide to the right. Quarterback's looking to pass to his left, and man, he can just sling it a mile. And Bird was on the defense there. Number 15, they like to put him out there and put man-to-man on him.
Yeah, to the wide side, and just not a well-thrown ball. That was the first one that Hamilton really kind of threw under duress. He didn't set his back foot and tried to throw it to the back shoulder, but Bird had that one covered man-to-man, gratefully. Unlike the first play, which was the best play, Jeff, I think, of the whole game, was their first play from scrimmage that they scored.
All right, so here's the punt, and just about blocked again. This punt's not as good as the other one, and starts coming back in Buckeyes' favor. So the Buckeyes going to get really good field position there, about 1st and 10 on the 32. So here comes the offensive unit once again.
Yeah, Marinarona put a stop to that just run out there as far as you want on that rugby punt and force the punter to punt it a little bit soon.
I think they're going to block one of those tonight.
I think we'll get to one.
Certainly not protecting that punter very well. So we may get a hand on that. We've already blocked an extra point. So we talk about week in and week out about how important special teams are. All right, here's the snap. Cade, hands off, up the middle, Will Henderson. Henderson looking for a lane, gets about 2 yards on the carry.
We do have some stats from Mr. Joe Dodd of the first half. For passing, Liberty-Eylau was 3 out of 7. The Buckeyes 3 out of 5. They had 10 offensive plays for 85 yards. We had 18 for 130. So outside the one play for 49 yards, the Buckeyes dominated that first quarter.
All right, Buckeyes are going to the air, rolling to his right. And look at this, number 17 on the run. He keeps his feet somehow or another. Rowan is headed to the house, and he will score.
That is just Ro Fluellen being Ro Fluellen, folks. He stops on a dime, and just when the defender who's running tries to get it behind him, he plants his foot and heads to the south here. And that is just a run after the catch. Unbelievable. Ro Fluellen in space is just like tackling a guy in a phone
good
booth.
job there by Cade to keep his poise, roll out, find his receiver, and he threw it into some traffic. So great job there by Cade to get the ball downfield and Rowan to find some open space. He also picked up a good block out there. I didn't see who threw it. We'll see it when we watch film. Extra point is up and good.
67-yard touchdown strike from Caden Tennyson. Puts the Buckeyes up 21-6 early in the second quarter. We'll be right back after these messages.
When tragedy strikes, you don't want to be in a position where you're second-guessing your lawyer's ability or the resolve to get you fairly compensated. When you hire Godarzi & Young, you know you're hiring a law firm that has nationally ranked settlements and verdicts. We have over 2 decades of experience holding 18-wheeler companies accountable for their negligent action. Don't make the mistake of hiring anybody else. Hire the best. Hire Godarzi & Young.
"67-yard touchdown strike from Caden Tennyson to Rowan Fluellen. That puts Rowe to 22 touchdown receptions in his career. He ties Lamar Harris. He's only got Lamarcus Morton, who will catch in the next one. Curtis Brown, who's got 25, and then big brother Dylan Fluellen with 27. And Jeff, I think that may be one of the last records that Rowe does not already have in the history of Buckeye receivers. And boy, is that saying something. He's talented. Heading to play for Mr. Malcolm Kelly at TCU. Big game tomorrow. And we will have a score from UTSA, too, here in a bit. They're playing tonight.
Here's the kickoff, and they're going high and long all the way down to the 11-yard line. And a big return up the middle there to the 33-yard line by the Leopards. So they're going to have pretty good field position as the Buckeye defense makes their way onto the field. Just an outstanding performance all year long by this Black Flag defense.
Well, Jeff, here's what I vote for. With looking at number 15 and how talented he is as a 15-year-old freshman, I just hope we don't see him in the district again for the next 2 years after this year. Can we please go south to a different district and get away from these Texarkana guys? My goodness.
Yeah, this young man is going to be something. Y'all remember his name. You're going to hear him a lot. He's a 15-year-old out here playing on the varsity and arguably one of the best players on the field.
Yeah, it really reminds me of you remember Chris Jones that was at Dangerfield and went on to play, and Denzel Mims is another Dangerfield guy that comes to mind when you look at number 15. As if he's only 15 years old with those moves and that kind of speed, I don't want to see what he looks like in 3 years.
All right, handoff up the middle. And they just lower their head, and then the Buckeye wall pushes them back. They get about 3 yards forward momentum. And Buckeye defensive front, always selfish.
Yeah, big number 44, of course, Brendan Ward is anchoring things down there with Seth Jordan. And those guys up front have done such a phenomenal job keeping guys off those big linebackers. Kendall Jackson out there, number 2. And then, of course, for the Buckeyes, number 19, Chris Guillen, the big senior, out there holding it down at the linebacker spot. And boy, when you keep the blockers off of them, they really have a nose for the football. Of course, on the outside, Amara Arona is just one of the best pound-for-pound football players we've ever seen here in Gilmer.
All right, here's the snap. Dropping back, launches one downfield, and I do mean launch. And it is caught, a flag on the play, and another touchdown by number 15, the freshman. 3 Buckeyes back there, and this guy reels it in, and I mean, what a pass by the quarterback. Now, there's a flag. I think the flag was thrown at the line of scrimmage, right?
Yeah, no.
They're going to throw one at the pass interference, and he still reeled it in, so they're going to ignore that.
Yeah, the Buckeyes secondary back there with kind of the quarterback, number 1, Tyson Wilson.
That's against them.
No, that's against us.
It's against Buckeyes.
Penalties refused. Touchdown.
Touchdown as they refused the penalty, of course.
67 yards, Jeff, to the house for, again, Prevost for his 2nd touchdown of this first half. And that is going to be there's something they're going to go back to in the playbook early and often, as they're going to try to go for 2 here, Jeff, to get back within 1 score. They're down 8 now, down 9, 21-12.
Yeah, risky 2-point here, but they came to win. They didn't come to play. They fire one into the end zone, and it is knocked down, so now they're 2 points behind where they should be. 9:57 left to play in the first half. Buckeyes lead 21-12, and we'll be right back.
Do you enjoy watching your favorite TV programs on your smartphone or tablet? Or maybe you'd rather watch them on your Roku or Amazon Fire TV. Tired of having to change your TV input from your old traditional cable to watch your favorite streaming apps? If so, we have great news for you. eTex is making the move to streaming and has launched a new app. eTex TV allows you to watch over 130 channels in full HD on your streaming or mobile devices. This means you can simply download the eTex TV app, subscribe, and start watching. With all your favorite functions like DVR and Pause Live TV, and new features like Restart TV. To learn more, visit www.etex.net or contact the customer service rep at 903-797-HELP. That's 903-797-4357.
We are back here in Jeff Traylor Stadium. Gilmer Buckeyes lead 21-12. 9:57 left to play in the first half, as another long pass, probably a 55-yard bomb in the air, connects with number 15. They're going to kick it. Picked up on the run. Hamilton once again down the right sideline. Nice return there by Hamilton, all the way past the 35. I think he was knocked out probably around 37, 38. And so nice field position there for the Buckeyes.
Really good decision. That ball might have gone out of bounds, Jeff, but Hamilton picks it up, and Mari doing a really good job tonight all around. As you can tell, when he puts his head down and runs tough, he's quite a load, and he's also really, really fast. And that gives the Buckeyes excellent field position, 1st and 10 from their own 38.
All right, here's the snap. Handoff to Will Henderson up the middle. Not a lot there. Big scrum, maybe worth a couple of yards. Bring up 2nd and 8.
Well, I'll take a 3-yard gain on 1st down, Jeff.
Henderson picks up about 3.
We just are about 2 first downs away from 4 down territory. As the Buckeyes offensively have really done a good job here tonight, and given Liberty-Eylau, we may have to keep the pedal to the metal.
All right, they got 2 receivers left to right. They're stacked again. This is the play that they ran the draw earlier up the middle. They run it again up the middle, and this time Liberty-Eilau's like, we've seen that formation. But he does get some good yards, probably about 5 on the carry. All the way down about a yard short. 3rd and 1, I'll take that all night long.
Absolutely.
Burn the clock, take 3 yards, 5 yards.
Hey everyone, it's Nutty the Buckeye.
3rd and 1 with 8:47 left here to play in this first half. And Jeff, I think the Buckeyes are going to have to put a big number up tonight to kind of keep Liberty-Eylau back on their heels.
All right, here comes the snap. Handoff, number 22, and he is into traffic immediately. No chance for that one, and we go backwards 7 yards.
Yeah, that is just some issues on the offensive line, is they just slant right to that almost every time. And 3rd and 1 quickly turns into 4th and 8. And we're going to have to punt this ball again for the 2nd time tonight. And that one is just overwhelmed up front. There's no other way to say it. And they slanted right to the play that we had called. And from an offensive line standpoint, we just didn't get the job done on that play. -5 as Will was kind of going backwards on the jet sweep. And he'd had to continue to go backwards.
All right, nice punt there by Chris Guillen. Takes a great Buckeye bounce. Look at this. Rolling down inside the 10 all the way to the 6-yard line. What an incredible punt by Chris Guillen. And I want to also point out to you, Todd, that Chris Guillen is also a backup quarterback. So if we ever, that may be one of the reasons he's back there. Yeah, he can throw the football.
He really can. And
so
a great athlete.
I think they're going to hang on to that little nugget. But
and Jeff, I got to tell you, I've watched Chris come up through the ranks in the 7th grade, 8th grade, 9th grade. He is an unbelievably tough kid, but he is also one of those kids that is really the mortar that holds this program together. When you've got guys like Chris Guillen that can do that at that high a level and really provide the depth necessary, it is just a luxury for sure, as I know how much Coach Metzel appreciates Chris and very much appreciates him for pinning Liberty-Eylau down at the 6.
Quarterback's by himself in the backfield, motion. They hand off. They're going to string him way out. Look at this, back to the 1-yard line.
Boy,
he is forced out of bounds. I mean, that didn't have a prayer.
Yeah, Ashton Haynes just ate that up. He's an outside linebacker. He strings that out to the outside, and despite the speed of number 15, Prevost, he loses 5 yards all the way back to the 2. And this is going to be dangerous territory for Liberty-Eylau if the Buckeyes decide to lay their ears back here. 7:26 left to play in this first half. Buckeyes lead 21-12. But Jeff, we have seen Liberty-Eylau and their ability to strike quickly, especially targeting the freshman Hamilton to Prevost, is pretty much been their whole offense so far tonight. They're going to take a timeout here, Jeff, and I think we'll do the exact same thing. We'll come right back after these messages with a big 2nd down from the 2.
Texas Heritage National Bank would like to invite the Buckeye Nation to visit our new full-service bank in Gilmer. We are conveniently located on Highway 271 and Redbud Street with a brand new facility ready to serve our friends and neighbors. We offer competitive rates on all of our deposit products, as well as some great options for business financing to help your business grow from 5 employees to 500 employees. Texas Heritage National Bank would also like to take this time to thank all of the teachers, administration, and school board for investing in the future of our kiddos. We would also like to wish all of the student athletes a wonderful and safe year. Come see us soon. All right, we're back here to Jeff Traylor Stadium. 7:26 left to play in the half. 21-12, Buckeyes lead. They've got the Leopards pinned down on their own 1-yard line as they went backwards 5 yards on the last play. And will the Buckeyes get a safety here?
Well, that'd be great.
That'd be fantastic.
Look at number 15 in the slot, though, Jeff. Roe Llewellyn's giving him about a 12-yard cushion.
Here's the snap handoff up the middle, and they are in his face. They push him back into the end zone, but his forward progress, he got back to the 1. And I can't believe they even tried that.
I know.
I mean, have you not watched one film? I mean, come on, man. They ran literally right at the nose guard. And I'm thinking, have you not watched any film this
number
year?
44 is pretty that
You're on
good.
the 1-yard line, and you're going to run at Braylon Ward, of all the people to run at. They've called a pretty good offensive game tonight so far. That was not
that
part
wasn't
of it.
the highlight.
They want a mulligan on that one, I assure you.
Well, 3rd and forever. And Jeff, now what they don't want to do is punt from their own end zone because they are only 9 yards deep in the end zone is all the room that they've got.
Yeah, and they're looking at 3rd down. They're going to try to pass. They're going out. He just threw it away.
Yeah, and he was moving.
Yeah, they threw a flag. Yeah, they did.
Yeah, they did.
Far side, there's a flag.
That is going to be procedure, which will likely be declined as Coach.
Yeah, they're going to put him at 4th down.
Yeah, Coach Edwards says no thank you on that penalty. We will make these guys punt literally from the shadow of the goalpost.
So literally, where you like to be back 12 to 14 yards on a punt, they're going to be back about 10 yards. And yeah, Buckeyes declined that penalty, and so they're going to make them punt from the back. Now remember, earlier we were saying, they were slow to get their punts off, and they've been. So
watch big number 3, Arona.
Yeah, Arona's coming for it. I assure you, he is, and he is not scared to get in front of the ball. I'm going to tell you now. Watch Arona to the bottom of your screen. Here he goes. They picked him up, and they get off a punt. Now Rowan's going to be able to return it. He comes back to the left side. Lots of green grass. Cutting up field. Look at this. All the way to the house.
Rowan Llewellyn.
That kid can see field like nobody I've ever seen. He just looked up field and calculated instantly where everybody was going to be. I would have kept running to the sideline.
No.
And he says, nope, I'm going to cut right here because
he runs to the right to set up his blocking wall, which knows is a return left. And then he just sets up just exactly like you saw, Jeff. He saw that happen 5 steps before. And you saw guys in the sideline when he started cutting back to the left, throw their hands up. And we got to hand it to Coach Rob. He called it before the game even started that Rowe was going to return a touchdown. It's on paper over here. And there it is. As Roe Llewellyn, being Roe Llewellyn, scores another touchdown. Extra point is up and good. And just like that, it's 28-12 Buckeyes with 6:15 left in the first half. We'll be right back after these messages.
It's gonna be alright. How can you tell? I feel it in my heart. It's gonna be okay.
Juicy's Burgers, serving you for over 40 years.
We're back here in Jeff Traylor Stadium where the Buckeyes just scored again, 28-12 with 6:15. And Eric Conitz said it best. He said Rowan Llewellyn's playing chess and everybody else is playing checkers when he's on the field because he just sees those. He's always 2 steps ahead of you. He can see the field. He can see the blocks setting up. He can anticipate angles. I mean, that is just a skill. And I think he's maybe the best I've seen at it. Curtis Brown was really good at that. Yeah. You remember that?
Yeah, and
Tate, Chase Tate was really good at that. But I think he may be the best I've seen.
Roe is like water. He doesn't even look like he's trying hard, and he's just excellent. Pooch kick's going to hit and bounce. Uh-oh. fielded by number 4, taken out to the 45. That was a good idea on the kick, but it bounced, unfortunately, right to number 9, running back. London Fields, the starting running back, and gives Liberty-Eylau excellent field position to start here, Jeff. 1st and 10 from their own 44.
All right, Buckeyes setting up for a defensive stand again.
Another 3 and out would be just what the doctor ordered, but let's just watch out for number 15. He has been their entire offense. He was last week with 3 touchdowns in their victory over Spring Hill, but empty backfield once again.
All right, here's the pass over the middle, caught. Big catch. Number 7 inside the 30 all the way to the 26-yard line. That's the first catch for number 7 for Liberty-Eylau tonight.
And when they go spread formation, Jeff, everybody's just running straight up the field. And that is a big catch by W.T. Jones there. He is a junior wide receiver, number 7, as you mentioned. He just runs straight up the seam. And,
this Leopard quarterback is one of the best passers. He is one of the strongest. Let me say it that way. He's a strong passer.
We talked at the top of the show. He's not very mobile, but he's not a chunker. He's a passer.
He can spin them like you said. So here he is going to go for it again. He's got a man wide open outside, and he drops it. And I thought that looked like he had it long enough to be a fumble.
Fumble, yeah.
They're going to say he didn't have control of the ball, but
it is a kind of something that we've seen on film from Wells, number 19, is that he kind of hears footsteps out there by himself. But boy, you see Hamilton's ability. That's a pass, Jeff, from the near hash, 7 yards deep, but 40 yards away, all the way over there on the other side of the field.
And it's a bullet.
And that ball never got 5 feet off the ground.
This guy's impressive. I'm telling you, he really is the real deal. And when you got a quarterback with that kind of arm, you can do a lot of good stuff.
He reminds you of Poppy Brown, except he's about 100 pounds heavier.
Yeah, I mean, he is a thick guy. He looks like a tackle or maybe a fullback, a big one. And he slings one out to number 7 again. Buckeyes are all over him. He fights forward for another couple of yards.
KJ gets out there so fast that I even thought he was going to be able to have a shot at the football as he and Amararona flying to the football out there. 3rd and 5. They get to the ball as quick as the ball got to the receiver, as 3 Buckeyes were there. This is probably 4 down territory, Jeff, in the shadow of the goal line on the 21. Liberty-Eylau with 5:12 left to play in this first half, trailing by 2 scores, 28-12. Excuse me, by 3 scores, because they're going to have 2 2-point conversions to be in it. But this is a big down here for the Buckeyes.
They show one back in the backfield. High snap. They're going down the sideline. What a defensive play there by the Buckeyes. Did he catch that ball?
He caught it.
That's unbelievable. It was tipped and caught by Wells. And what a great catch that was. Bird out there on the defense, and I thought, what a great defensive play.
He might have intercepted it. Yeah.
Well, he batted it, but he batted it, and Wells kept his concentration, and they are just fighting to stay in this game, I'm going to tell you.
Yeah, 18 points is 18 points more than what the prognosticators said that Liberty-Eylau would score, but they didn't watch film on Hamilton, especially not on Prevost number 15, and you see Kelly Wells there on that. They're both split out to the left-hand side on this extra point as well.
Well, they've got some weapons at receiver and a quarterback that can throw. All right, they're trying to get it to the back of the end zone. They do. They got the 2 points back.
Yeah, that's the old Oklahoma play. They got the big tight end, number 7, who lines up in the slot and just literally runs to the upright and turns around in the back of the end zone. And Hamilton buys time with his feet, backpedals, and they got this down to 1 score now here, Jeff, 28-20. Buckeyes lead with 4:46 left to play in this first half. And the Buckeyes are not going to be able to afford to let their foot off the gas here, evidently, against these Liberty-Eylau Leopards. We will we want to keep it here, Jeff?
Yeah, I tell you, I want to talk about that a little bit. It's pretty amazing because their scores tonight have all been on big plays. The first play, first right out of the box tonight was a touchdown pass, just blown coverage. They got behind him and down the field 70 yards or whatever. And then again, the big pass play again, number 15. Down the field, and a big pass this last time to number 7 for big yardage. and then a tip and catch. I mean, they've got athletes big time. I'm not sure why, the Buckeyes would be picked at such a large margin. These guys are really a good football team.
They're Liberty-Eylau.
They're a very good football team.
Don't forget, this is Will Middlebrooks and LaMichael James' hometown.
Yeah, here's the kick, and Rowan's got it. He's cutting up the middle, looking for a gap. They've got him. He's going to be tackled on the 30. And Buckeyes will be 1st and 10 on their own 30 or 31-yard line. So we got 4 minutes and 37 seconds to get downfield and put a little cushion out here. We've got an 8-point lead right now, 28-20. They got two points back, but they're still down 1 extra point. And so they'll be going for 2 probably again if they score again.
Yeah, the Buckeyes here need to score on this drive and put a little more cushion, because don't forget, Liberty-Eylau is not very deep. You only see about 13, 14 guys over there as backups, Jeff. As this game goes deeper, the Buckeyes will have the advantage, but they like to have the score advantage as well.
All right. Oh, they set up a Haynes on the screen, and the minute the millisecond he catches the ball, he gets creamed by one of the guys coming out of the secondary. I think that was number 17 coming up from his safety position. And he read that well. Just came up and hammered Haynes immediately.
That's Neal. He is a Division I prospect as well, and you see why with that closing speed. But that is not blocked well by the Buckeyes for sure.
All right, Buckeyes handoff up the middle to Haynes. Haynes gets back the 2 yards they lost, plus another 5 or 6. So nice run there by Haynes. Going to bring up 3rd and 4.
Yeah, good feet. The Buckeyes have found themselves in 3rd and short a couple of times, and only to see this front 7 just bring the house to the strong side and slant and really overwhelm the guard and the tackle there with no tight end help for the Buckeyes. This time, Jeff, they bring an H back in. That's number 20, Castillo, in front of number 9.
Handoff. Nope. Keeps the ball. Cade running for it, and he's going to lose a yard.
Yeah, that's just the same thing that we've seen is Caden Tennyson looks like an RPO, and we did not give the ball. And we're going to have another 3 and out and punt the ball again as the Buckeyes having some trouble up front, getting all those guys blocked. And don't look now, Jeff, but with 3 minutes left, the Buckeyes up by 1 score, 28-20, going to give the ball back to the Liberty-Eylau Leopards and number 15. They're going to put 2 guys back, the freshman, number 15 and number 17, Neal. Their 2 most talented athletes are going to be back deep to the right side. All of this green grass over here to the left side. Wish we had a left-footed kicker.
All right. Let's see if it takes a Buckeye bounce. It does. And rolls out of bounds at the 25-yard line. So not a bad punt. Not like the last one, but not a bad one.
I'll take it for sure.
1st and 10 from their own 25. Leopards come back and would love to get in the end zone here. And I'm going to promise you, they'll come out slinging it because they're not getting anything short. And everything they've had success on tonight's been long.
Absolutely.
And so they've got the athletes, and they like the odds out there with the Buckeye secondary. So they're going to keep slinging it down the field.
Yeah, and empty backfields, Jeff. You see them try to create those matchups in space and force the Buckeyes to not only play large areas back there in the secondary, but to stay vertical. And once again, empty backfield.
Yeah, they're doing it again. Quarterback's in the back by himself. We're bound to pick one of these off. Now would be a good time for that. Here's the snap. Heavy pressure. Across the middle. Falls incomplete. 2nd down.
Well, that's a good thing, Jeff, because it stops the clock with 2:27. Saves the Buckeyes having to take a timeout if they'll throw the ball in incomplete passes. Act like a timeout for the Buckeyes. 2nd down and 10 now from the 25. And we want to encourage folks to stay with us during halftime. We're going to have a special flashback presentation that we're going to do for the last 3 games here, home games this year. And we thought Emmanuel Johnson's birthday would be a good day to kind of look back and enjoy some Buckeye memories.
All right, so they bring him back into the backfield here, but I'm thinking he's just for blocking. And they're going to sling it out, number 17. And he's going to be shy of the 1st down, runs out of bounds, stops the clock with 2:21. 3rd down.
No, this is really a good setup, Jeff, because the Buckeyes Running out of bounds for Neal there, short of the first down marker, is number one going to stop the clock, but number two puts them in short yardage situation that they have not had a lot of success in. If they throw the football here, Jeff, and it's incomplete, not only they're going to probably have to punt, but they've then stopped the clock on their own 3 different times and given the Buckeyes time. We will have an empty backfield once again.
Yeah, they're gonna go empty set, so they're gonna throw the ball, look for a little inside slant maybe. And it is inside, and they pick it up. Number 7 on the completion. It's about 8 yards and a first down.
And that moves the chains and keeps the clock running. And for the Buckeyes, that means that they were going to start having to use timeouts. They've got all 3 of their timeouts left here with first down and 10. And now we're down to 2 minutes as that was a big play to keep the ball away from the Buckeyes. Now remember, the Buckeyes opted to defer, and they wound up kicking off to start the game. So the Buckeyes will have the ball to start the second half, but they would dearly love to go in more than 1 score here, Jeff, and they got to get the ball back to do that.
All right, empty backfield once again. They're going to send everybody. So good pressure right here would be great. Slung it down the field. I mean, this kid can throw a football. Like I'm trying to think of the last time I've seen somebody more effortlessly throw a football. He is a strong young man. He wasn't even set up to throw.
As Stump Godfrey told me watching film, yeah, he throws with his legs and wait till you see the size of his legs.
Yeah.
As he's got a strong base for sure.
Yeah, there's offsides on the Buckeyes.
Yeah, Ashton Haynes jumped off sides on that play. Give them 5 yards for free, as that's why they threw the ball deep. They wanted to take their shot, Jeff. They knew it was a free play. That's a smart play. That is going to give them a first down. 1st and 10 once again from now their own 47-yard line.
1:35 left on the play clock. And they're going to do it again. They're going to...
Yeah, Buckeye fans up here screaming, it's 1st down and 5, not 1st down and 10. They moved the chains.
Yeah.
I'd rather be 1st and 10 since it's going to be a first down. It's a mistake by the referees, but they catch it and correct it. The ball's still marked at Liberty-Eylau 47 with 1:35. And Jeff, this would be a great time for a turnover here for the Black Flag, as they've just been exposed a little bit here in the secondary by Hamilton, who, like we said, Jeff, for the first time this season is not a chunker. He is a passer.
Listen, this guy's fun to watch.
Yeah, he is.
If you like football, you're watching a good football game tonight, I'm going to tell you. And this young man effortlessly can throw the ball 60 yards down the field. And there's not a lot of kids that can do that.
There's not a lot of NFL guys that can do that.
I mean, seriously, I'd love to know what he could throw a ball down the field, like intentionally. He rolls to his left side. He's throwing across his body. And he just threw that one away.
And nobody home. Number 17, Ro Fluellen. Good coverage there from the secondary. And the best news is it stops the clock, but there was nobody in a white jersey behind anybody in a black jersey, and that is a good thing for the Buckeyes, especially after this first half. Lots of defensive adjustments will be made here by Coach Edwards and the secondary guys, trying to get things together as they run up against a passer here tonight. And for the time being, Jeff, he's got the Liberty-Eylau Leopards in this ball game. 28-20, your Buckeyes lead.
I can't believe these guys aren't ranked a little higher in the state, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's just
Pleasant Grove is number 3.
Yeah, it's just the weak schedule. That's the only reason that Liberty-Eylau is not ranked.
All right, high snap, heavy pressure. He's running for his life. He's going to throw it away.
Oh, my goodness.
Nearly picked off.
Darden had, number 15 for the Buckeyes. That's Brennan Webb. Just had a beat on that, and luckily he threw it into the ground. But Braylon Ward had a beat on Hamilton. And this is going to bring up a big 3rd and 5. 1:21 left, Jeff, and this may be the play that gives the Buckeyes the ball back with all 3 of their timeouts. So far, Coach Metzel has yet to use any of those timeouts. Big play here.
Yeah, you can hear the roar from the Buckeye fans in the stands stomping their feet.
Empty set again, Jeff.
And they're going to pass it. And they sling one to the flat, and it is caught. And that is the first down. They're going to move the chains again. Very effective ball passers.
Yeah, that's easy pickings with just a slant route right in front of Easley. And he is a soft corner out there. And 3rd down and 5, and they tuck in at about 5 yards and move the chains. 1 minute and counting left to play. Liberty-Eylau now driving inside Buckeye territory. Empty
he's got
backfield
an
once again.
empty set, so he's going to sling it once again. And passes one downfield, tipped and caught.
It. Unbelievable.
That is the second time. And is that number 19 again? Is that him?
And that's the same. That's number 12, Zach Easley, who gets both hands on the ball.
Tipped and caught again. This kid is amazing. Here's the snap. They're gonna spike the ball and stop the clock. They want to try to get in that end zone. 39 seconds left.
Well, that is going to pretty much put a damper on the Buckeyes' chances to get the ball back here in this first half. Now it's all about the Buckeyes stopping Liberty-Eylau. They take a timeout. We'll take a timeout with them and be right back for the conclusion of this first half. Oh, no, I'm sorry. We're not going to take a timeout. We will keep things here, and we'll have some first half statistics and a few surprises. Stay with us here immediately on the Juicy's halftime show, as we will have a flashback to the first state championship won here in Gilmer Buckeye history back in 18 years ago, 2004. Jeff, we will revisit a couple of those great Buckeye memories here over the next 2 or 3 weeks, especially during halftime. We will not miss the Buckeye Band, folks, nor the Gilmer Buckeye Stars, but we will take a little time and revisit some fond Buckeye memories. Right now, Buckeyes here in 2022 making some memories and getting all they can handle from the Liberty-Eylau Leopards and this quarterback, Hamilton, number 10, and we knew could throw the football coming in, Jeff, but I don't think that the Buckeye defense really realized what happens in spread formations. They're spread across the field now once again on 1st and 10 with 37 seconds left.
Well, these guys run the right offense for the talent they have. I'm going to tell you that. They are using their talent the best they can. They're going for the end zone. That's overthrown. Pass was intended there for number 15. Once again, who was open. It was just overthrown. I think he's looking like, hey, I ran the right pattern, you overthrew that pattern.
Yeah, Hamilton gets a little bit happy feet, Jeff, and we've seen on film that he doesn't like pressure and he doesn't move very well is what we've seen, but he can certainly throw the ball when he gets his feet set. But he hurried that pass out and brings up 2nd and 10, stops the clock with 33 seconds left to play in this first half. 2nd and 10, but from the Buckeye 26-yard line. We've seen that they have no kicker. That's a good thing. Now, it's 4 down territory.
Yeah, they're going to a top formation here. I'm not sure what the strategy is here.
Looks like they're going to take their last time out, Jeff.
Yeah, they're trying to get the...
No, that's delay of game.
Delay of game. All right. Did they intentionally take that delay of game?
No, I think they were trying to call timeout, but then they realized they only had one left. And that's going to back them up 5 back to the 31-yard line. With no kicker, Jeff, I don't know that it matters. as they throw the ball down the field, they've struck from over 60 yards out twice tonight with 2 out of the 3 touchdowns.
I think they prefer the extra space.
Yeah, exactly.
I think they may have taken that delay of game intentionally to
is,
back up. I'm serious. Look at them. They're going empty backfield. And they're slinging it and picked off. Picked off and coming down the sideline.
Bowman's got it.
He's going to take it all the way to the house. Look at this guy. And turn the tide. Cade Bowman, touchdown Buckeyes all the way back from about the 10-yard line, and I couldn't be happier for that young man.
90-yard return as that ball was tipped, and finally a tip ball goes the way of the Buckeyes. Could not ask for a better ending to this first half as the Buckeyes stretch it out now to a 34-20 lead.
Oh, did you make a prediction about a return? I didn't read it. I apologize, Coach Rob.
Yeah, he told us so far the row interception and the interception for a touchdown.
Well,
He's
good
called
deal.
them both.
I like it. I called for an interception too, but I didn't get it when I wanted it a while ago. Here is the kick up and good. 18 seconds left, and the Buckeyes, wow, a pick six. Who saw that coming? I love it. We're going to have to stay here because I've got our halftime show already set up. So we're going to have to hang in here. Eric told me, he said, set up the halftime show. He's kind of bossy like that, so I listen when he does it. He tells me because he gives me that stink eye. So I did what he said. I was like, yes, sir, I'll set it up, sir. And then when you tried to throw it a while ago, I was like, no, you can't tell a joke or something. And then now he didn't have faith that the Buckeyes would get a pick six. And I did. I didn't want to set it up because I knew they were going to do that. And I'm like, so now he's got egg on his face. And I think we should give his house away in a raffle.
In a raffle to raise money.
Yeah.
Raise money for scholarship.
I think we should give it away. No, we're just we're ready to queue up the next thing. So
the Juicy's halftime show, folks, is going to be fantastic. We are so looking forward to having our Buckeye State Championship flashbacks. We thought it's appropriate, given that it's Manuel Johnson's birthday tonight, that we start with the first one in 2004. And obviously, we'll have a few highlights of the birthday boy as well. But first, we're going to finish out this half as the Buckeyes are going to kick this one off. This may be an onside kick with 18 seconds left.
No, they're going to pooch kick it high, and it's going to be a fair catch on the 26. And we have got 18 seconds, and they're going to probably come out and sling it. I certainly would.
Yeah, why not?
If I'm them, I'm slinging that ball to the end zone. And the thing is, their quarterback can actually reach the end zone from here.
Yeah,
so
you really can.
I mean, I would just throw it up.
As long as you got number 15, the freshman Prevost, and we heard all kinds of reports about him this week about how good he was. I watched the film against Spring Hill, and you never know against Spring Hill. Obviously, he was an impressive athlete, caught 3 touchdowns. But he opens the game with a touchdown catch. He's got 2 for over 60 yards tonight. And Liberty-Eylau is going to take a knee and kneel down and take a 35-20 deficit into the locker room. 2 scores with a 2-point conversion. But the Buckeyes will be happy with 2 scores, 1 on defense, 1 on special teams. And Jeff, I tell you what, when you get that as the Gilmer Buckeyes, you got to think that you've got an advantage. As these Buckeyes are going to head in the locker room, make some defensive adjustments for sure. Jeff, now we will turn things over to the Juicy's halftime show and return after this to the Buckeye Band right after these messages.
It's gonna be alright. How can you tell? I feel it in my heart. It's gonna be okay.
Juicy's Burgers, serving you for over 40 years.
To another day. It's gonna be alright.
Braden Rash, senior, number 26, running back, linebacker.
Mike Colbert, senior, number 6, outside linebacker, running back.
Connor Dunn, senior, number 40, D-line.
Ashton Haynes, senior, number 9, running back and outside linebacker.
Dylan Henson, senior, number 27, linebacker.
Braden Seymour, senior, number 77, center.
Chris Guillen, senior, number 19, QB.
Sergio, senior, number 60, O-line, D-line.
Zach Easley, number 12, senior, DB.
Braylon Ward, senior, number 44, D-line, tight end.
Ron Flewellen, senior, number 17, receiver and safety.
Tyson Wilson, senior, number 1, strong safety.
Kendall Jackson, senior, number 2, linebacker.
Amaro Rona,
senior, number 3, outside linebacker and fullback.
My name's Cade Bowman. I'm a senior, number 4, receiver and corner.
Seth Jordan, senior, number 5, D-line.
Kevion Brinkley, senior, 24, running back, outside linebacker.
Dustin Morrow, senior, number 32, D-line.
Tay Webb, senior, 33, D-line receiver.
Davey Branscombe, senior, 34, fullback and defensive lineman.
Landon Manning, senior, 72, offensive line.
Javarian Martin, senior, number 54, O-line D-line.
Elizabeth Posada, senior, number 70, O-line D-line.
Stone Bates, senior, 46, outside linebacker.
Jose Govea, senior, 84, kicker.
Aaron Bell, junior, number 0, middle linebacker and fullback.
Nathan Arias, junior, number 71, D-line.
Jaden Edmond, junior, number 18, quarterback.
Demarion Hackett, junior, number 21, inside receiver and corner.
Harrison Lofton, junior, number 16, quarterback, outside linebacker.
Cameron Brown, junior, number 50, D-line.
Casher Mahoney, junior, number 68, O-line D-line.
Terry Tate, junior, number 7, wide receiver and safety.
Jerem Pilcher, junior, number 78, center.
Elias Castillo, junior, number 20, inside linebacker and fullback.
Connor Dodd, junior, number 14, wide receiver and safety.
Jamar Bird, junior, number 25, receiver and corner.
Dervay Smith, junior, 43, running back and outside linebacker.
Justin Jones, junior, number 47, outside receiver and outside linebacker.
Nick Zamaron, junior, 31, fullback and linebacker.
Riley Barnes, junior, number 64, O-line D-line.
Leno Diaz, junior, number 37, fullback and middle linebacker.
Alex Isaida, junior, number 38, inside linebacker, fullback.
Kobe Webb, junior, number 45, receiver and corner.
Luke Holyfield, junior, 30, D-line, fullback.
Andrew Davis, junior, number 83, wide receiver, D-line.
Sean Wallace, junior, 55, offensive line, defensive line.
Bentley Schreiner, junior, number 41, receiver and corner.
Jeremiah Noble, sophomore, number 13, wide receiver, outside linebacker.
Lucas Cano, sophomore, number 75, O-line D-line.
Brenner Webb, sophomore, 15, receiver, free safety.
Alex Sims, sophomore, number 29, outside linebacker, running back.
Caden Tennyson, sophomore, 11, quarterback.
Coach Kerry Lane, and I coach quarterbacks. Coach Clay Causey, inside receivers, inside linebackers, Bruce Junior High.
Coach Brody Lipsy, offensive coordinator.
Coach Markeith Tate, running backs. Coach Blevin Burns, coaching the junior high fullbacks and outside linebackers and running backs.
Max Lowe, coach offense, defensive line at the junior high.
Steve York, assistant athletic director. Coach Dylan Bowman, cornerbacks coach. Coach Daniel Dodd, I do inside linebackers.
Coach Parker, coach the outside linebackers.
Coach Rob Dewar, athletic trainer.
Coach Daniel Grigsby, defensive line.
Coach Weston Griffiths, offensive line. Coach Riley, secondary.
Coach Tommy Edwards, defensive coordinator.
Coach Schaefer, assistant O-line. Coach Alan Metzel, and I'm the head coach and athletic director.
Coach Randall Kennedy, I coach inside receivers. Coach Jaden Parrish. I coach fullbacks and tight ends.
Coach Olin Johnson. I coach outside receivers.
Brad Britton, safeties.
Coach Todd Fenton, junior high.
Somebody help me call him out now.
Yeah, look who's back. It's the man in black, orange and black. Yes, they're back. The champs are back, back in black. Yes, it's back. The orange is back, and the stands are packed. Yes, it's back. The pride is back. The Buckeyes are back. Welcome to the house of the MIBs. Built on PRIDE with a G on the label and they wear it proud. And an army of Buckeyes about to get loud.
When you come into this house, you find a black flag up. And if the scoreboard's on, then we'll be lighting it up. But we appreciate you coming. Welcome to our friends. Now grab a seat, because the show is about to begin. Here come the Buckeyes.
Shotgun. Quarterback sneak up the middle. He's to the 10, to the 15, to the 20, to the 25. See ya. He is nearing midfield. He's to midfield, to the 45, to the 40, down to the 30. Will somebody catch him at the 20, to the 10, inside the 10, to the 5? Touchdown, Manuel Johnson.
Right behind them, G-Town babies, where you find them, running like gravy, hitting like crazy, making that army scream.
Nose in the face like gravity, black flag in your face like cavity. So if you look out on the video, you see that G, then you know you're in D-double-E with them.
Johnson the shotgun from the 39. Manuel Johnson back to pass. Got Willie Darden on a slant pass across the middle. He's to the 40, to the 35, down to the 30, to the 25, to the 20. He's inside the 20. Unbelievable move there by Willie Darden to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, Willie Darden.
You see the G is for G-I-T, you son. And in black suits,
Here they come, bringing that black flag deep to the game, and they got a nice spot picked out for your name. Fire it up,
black suits,
buckle up,
and the engine's running.
flip the coin and play that song called they're ready to get it on.
The shotgun ball is spotted at the 36-yard line on the right hash. Little quick slant across to Kevin Hollis. He is at the 35-yard line down to the 30. Slips another tackle. Kevin Hollis, unbelievable run. He's to the 5. Touchdown, Buckeye.
Turn the heat up in this kitchen, baby, we don't mind. Cause the heart of a champion is all you'll find. We don't rest on laurels, on trophies and rings. We just doing what we do, it's a Buckeye thing. So you relax while we reload. And when the lights come on, we'll go off and explode. The prize back, baby, and it's here to stay. You better strap it up tight if you came to play with them Buckeyes.
JT Tennyson in motion, gonna take the handoff to Terrence Lovely. Manuel Johnson looking for room. Got a man open down the field at the 30-yard line. That is Tate Bowser. He will take it in for another Gilmer score. Unbelievable play there from Manuel Johnson to Tate Bowser.
He'll throw it back to number 11, and the Gilmer Buckeyes have won the ball. The Gilmer Buckeyes win the state championship. Incredible. It's 1981. The Gilmer Buckeyes win the state championship. This is the most incredible thing we have ever witnessed here in Gilmer Buckeye history. Scratch out the history books. Gilmer Buckeyes 2004 football team, state champions, Class 3A.
And we're back, folks. What great memories of 2004. All those faces. It's funny, that's almost 20 years ago now, Jeff Rash. And you see Daniel Dodd catching touchdowns. Now he's the linebackers coach. You see future NFL players there. Emmanuel Johnson, obviously, for the Cowboys. David Snow, who was a freshman on that team, winds up playing for the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Buffalo Bills. Curtis Brown, the number 11 on those clips, was a young sophomore. And he winds up as an All-American at the University of Texas and drafted by the Pittsburgh Steelers. Such great memories as Coach Traylor and Coach Turner. Now down at UTSA, got a halftime lead against Florida International tonight, coaching the Roadrunners. Just great memories on Manuel Johnson's birthday. We want to just say a special congratulations out, and just a quick reminder to all those fans, if you got to see that sitting at home, just remember what it was like to be in the stands and feeling that electricity as these young Buckeyes have built such a foundation and really built on those early Buckeye years. In 2004, the first state championship. We'll revisit the Stump Godfrey years that came immediately after that. Next week and the week after that, the Chris Boyd and the current 2014 Buckeyes who are now still playing in the NFL with Blake and Chris and that whole crew and McLean, and just been a great ride here since the 2000s as this Buckeye team becomes one of the premier high school programs in the state and the high school programs in the nation. But we will take a few minutes to recognize our sponsors, come back with some statistics and the Gilmer Buckeye Band right after this.
Two-time Hall of Fame inductees, Brent Godarzi and Marty Young. Back-to-back #1 trucking firm in the nation. Back-to-back best attorney and best law firm in East Texas.
It's fully loaded, great gas mileage, 30,000-mile warranty.
I like it. What else do you have?
Here's one. It's fully loaded, great gas mileage, 30,000-mile warranty.
Looks like the same car.
Exactly the same. But this one's $120 less per month.
What's the catch?
No catch, if you use Credit Union of Texas. Let me show you.
With the Credit Union of Texas Flex Auto Loan, you get the car of your dreams. Lower payments, no hassle. Get started now at cutx.org.
Crowley Funeral Home has been serving families in Gilmer since 1883. Funeral director and Gilmer High School graduate Troy Murray leads the professional staff at Crowley Funeral Home and is committed to providing dignified, respectful, and compassionate assistance to every family in their time of need. Crowley Funeral Home feels strongly about maintaining high standards of excellent service while still keeping prices affordable. At Crowley Funeral Home, we treat your family as our own.
Gilmer National Bank is your hometown community bank, serving people in East Texas for over a century. We are your neighbors, friends, and partners in making this a great place to live. Our employees make us a special place to do business. We are there for you when you need us. Come by and see us and find out what makes people say, "That's my bank." Gilmer National Bank, an equal opportunity lender and member FDIC.
At Farmers Insurance, we've seen almost everything, so we know how to cover almost anything, even a rock and wreck. Yeah! He rocked and rolled right into it, but we covered it. At Farmers, we know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
way you take kids to see it, to take the way they stand. It's in the way you kids will stand to it. Just take the way they stand. Just take the way they stand. Just take the way they stand. It's going to be very effective.
we feature the GHS Majorettes as they perform a dazzling routine to Back in Black. The Buckeye Band performed at the UIL Regional Marching Contest this past Tuesday. For the 15th year in a row, the band earned a first division rating, which qualifies them to advance to the UIL State Military Marching Contest. They'll be held on Tuesday, November 1st at Baylor's McLean Stadium in Waco. Congratulations, Buckeye Band, and good luck at state. The Buckeye Band marches in the traditional American military style under the field command of drum majors Miranda Rambo and Mia Stowe. The band steps off to Heroic Fanfare by Larry Ward, Chicago World's Fair March by Carl Rayner, and the Purple Pageant March by Carl Key.
I've seen them box stickers. They gave money. They gave money.
Trailer Stadium. That is the UIL Sweepstakes Award-winning Gilmer Buckeye Band. And that is the Liberty-Eylau Leopards coming up to kick off already. 35-20 your score as the Gilmer Buckeyes a little bit shocked here at the passing ability. 163 yards passing in the second quarter alone. The Buckeyes were held to only 1 first down in that second quarter, as we will have some statistics as we begin the third quarter in the second half here, as the Buckeyes will receive Hamilton back deep with the Buckeyes, along with number 17, Roe Fluellen. They both had a huge first half. Roe scoring on a touchdown catch and also on a punt return, and Hamilton almost scoring on the slip screen and also having a good return on special teams, as the Buckeyes really got outplayed in the second quarter, as the statistics show. 163 yards to 7, as the Buckeyes only ran 7 plays in the second quarter entirely, but that was because they're scoring on special teams, and the 90-yard interception return for a touchdown by Cade Bowman gives the Buckeyes a 15-point halftime lead here, and they're going to get the ball to start the second half. Let's see if they can come out and do something with it.
All right, here's the kickoff. It is a long kick. It's going to go over the head of Rowan Fluellen, stop on the 1 yard line, forcing him to pick it up and returning it. Look at this. He found a seam, breaking down the sideline. He has got a great return. And again, this is just what we were talking about. Rowan just has a sense of space and knows where to be and when to be there.
It's that cut, Jeffy. He gets everybody flowing to the left, puts his left foot in the ground and cuts it back, and literally creates that 50-yard return. That went over his head, and he was content to let it go into the end zone, but the thing just checked up at the 1 yard line. He had to pick it up.
And pick it up he did, and all the way back to the 50-yard line before he was pushed out of bounds. So Buckeyes get to strike first here on offense. And they do 2 receivers left and right. Haynes is in the backfield. Long snap count. Handoff to Haynes. Haynes falls forward for a gain of 2. They're trying to pull them off sides again. They've been able to do that twice in the first half. Pick up the 5 yards for free. That was actually a 4-yard gain by Haynes. We'll take that all night.
Yeah, Ashton's so sneaky as he gets the ball into Liberty-Eylau territory. It'll be 2nd and 6 from the Liberty-Eylau 46. See if the Buckeyes made some adjustments up front.
Trip receivers to the left. Here's the snap. Handoff to Haynes again. Finds a gap. Headed to the house. He's going to take it all the way.
Yeah, Ashton gets that block up front, and that is a big,
You can
nice
see him.
block.
He saw the
Yeah.
hole and just started winding up.
Give credit there to big number 55, the offensive lineman, from his right guard position there. Give credit where credit's due. They make the adjustments. And that is big Sean Wallace, the junior offensive lineman. And Ashton takes it 46 yards. That's 2 plays by Ashton. 4-yard run, a 46-yard touchdown run. And just like that, the Buckeyes are up 41-20. And Jeff, we know what the stats look like when the Buckeyes score 40.
And the extra point, of course, is good. So right off the bat, not even a minute off the clock, 11:09 left to play in the third. Buckeyes lead 42-20, but trust me, Liberty-Eylau Leopards not going anywhere. They're going to fight their way into this game if at all possible. We'll be right back.
When tragedy strikes, you don't want to be in a position where you're second-guessing your lawyer's ability or the resolve to get you fairly compensated. When you hire Godarzi & Young, you know you're hiring a law firm that has nationally ranked settlements and verdicts. We have over 2 decades of experience holding 18-wheeler companies accountable for their negligent action. Don't make the mistake of hiring anybody else. Hire the best. Hire Godarzi & Young.
Back to action here. It only takes a 50-yard return from Roe Fluellen on the kickoff to open the second half. A 4-yard run by Ashton Haynes followed up by a 46-yard run by Ashton Haynes. And the Buckeyes in 51 seconds take it the length of the field quite literally from that Roe Fluellen return from the 1 to the north end zone. Lead 42-20 with kicking off now, 11:09 left to play in the first half.
All right, deep kick. Bounces over here to the left side.
It's a live ball.
Floating around down here. Number 13 all over him. Drags him down. Flag is on the play.
That's Jeremiah Noble on the coverage, and I think he probably got blocked. I promise you, Jeremiah grows an inch every time that I see him. That is a name to remember, folks. I've been saying it since his freshman year. Because that is the next Roe Fluellen right there. Let's hope so.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the play call is. Normally on a kickoff like that, that's going to be a illegal block in the back or something like that. Let's see what they're going to call here.
No penalty.
No penalty. They're going to wave it off.
Pick up the flag.
They talked about it for a bit and then decided, nothing.
And I'm okay with that, Jeff, because Jeremiah Noble pins him back at the 4-yard line. And the last time we were down here, we saw a punt return for a touchdown.
Yeah. They've got him pinned deep again. Terrible place to be for an offense. Quarterback's in his own end zone. Here's the snap. A handoff up the middle. He's going to get a couple before they blow it dead. He gets out to close to the 6-yard line.
You're going to give him, let's say, 2 yards on that play, bring up 2nd and 8.
You remember they went backwards. They were on the 6 last time they were down here and ended up running out of bounds at the 1.
Well, one adjustment that the Buckeye defense made is they went to a cover 3 look. They've got 3 safeties now. They're playing thirds. Tyson Wilson on one side. You've got Brendan Webb playing the other side, and then you've got Roe Fluellen playing center field. And once again, here's an empty set, and this is exactly why they've gone to this zone coverage.
Yeah, look for them to start picking off some balls because they're going to get sloppy here. Like right there, just completely threw it away. Blown pattern And quarterback he threw a fly route. Actually, he just threw it away.
Well, I'll tell you this, Jeff.
Flag on the play. Probably going to be illegal procedure. Offsides. That's the fourth offensive or offsides penalty tonight. 2 on both teams.
Second down.
And you don't see a lot of offside calls in the game. You see a lot of illegal procedures. And I don't know that we've had maybe one. I don't think any illegal procedures tonight, and 4 offside penalties. That's quite unusual.
That's Amaro coming from the outside, trying to get pressure, jumps off sides, gives LE a break. Second down and 3 now from the 10-yard line.
They're going to hand off up the middle. Not a lot there. I think he might have got a yard and a half on that one. So it's 3rd and short. 3rd and like 1.
Jeff, they've done this earlier before to number 7. They went to an empty set because really running the football, if the Buckeyes bring those linebackers up, they have not had a lot of success running against the Gilmer Buckeye front 7. Empty set again. Watch for a little checkup route here, especially on the outside.
Yeah, they ran that little short inside pass last time, the same pass.
Almost intercepted.
This time, Elias stepped up and said, "Nah, you're not going to do that again." They threw that easily to number 7 earlier in the game tonight. He got a first down, and this time, linebacker was like, "Nope, not doing that one again."
Fortunate that was not another pick 6 there by the Buckeyes, and deja vu all over again to this same north end of the field that you got to kick it to number 17, Ro Fluellen, who's already has several big returns, 2 touchdowns on the night already. He is now caught Lamar Harris on the touchdown career receptions list at 22.
All right, punter standing on his own 1, almost blocked, and then a terrible punt. And takes a little bit of a bounce, but just not a good punt at all. That ball is going to bounce down to about the 38-yard line of the Leopards. So the Buckeyes are taking over in great field position.
Yeah,
fantastic.
We'll take it, Jeff. So short fields, one of the reasons why statistically the Buckeyes just didn't look too hot in the second quarter. They were too busy putting all those points on the boards with 90-yard returns for touchdowns. That's right.
We didn't need an offense in the second quarter. All right, so here we go. First offensive possession for the second half. Let's see what the Buckeyes have lined up. Handoff, number 22, Will Henderson. Bounces out to the right side. A lot of traffic out there, but he still picks up 5 yards.
Yeah, nice little run to the edge there for Will. And nice ground control as the Buckeyes are 65-35, right where Coach Metzel wants to be. It's amazing that you had to ask him about that in the coaching show if he does that on purpose, because it's impossible to run 1,000 offensive plays and come out right on the nose, balanced as he loves to be.
All right, handoff again. Will right up the middle. Not a lot there.
Maybe, let's call it 1 yard gain just to be nice.
More like a
couple
of inches.
Yeah. 3rd down and 4 at the 32. Probably 4-down territory here for the Buckeyes, just outside of field goal range. This would be about a 48-yarder. 8:35 left. The Buckeyes already a 2-play, 50-yard drive to start the second half.
Inside route, Hamilton. Speed demon picks up the first down.
A nice throwing catch there.
I like watching him move. He's just quick.
Yeah, and I tell you what, it is great timing for him to start blossoming as he is here as the district play continues for the Buckeyes. As things kind of get easier the next 3 weeks over the weaker teams in the district. They start out with Pleasant Grove and Liberty-Eylau. These are the 2 strongest teams in the district. Victory over Pleasant Grove, and now commanding lead over Liberty-Eylau and driving.
Oh, Cade fumbles the ball a little bit, throws it to the end zone, into double coverage again. That just hadn't been there tonight.
Yeah, he was expecting a flag, I think, and didn't get one. And that is fortunate there as Connor Dodd, number 14, does a good job breaking that one up as he got double coverage. I'll bring up 2nd and 10 for this Buckeye offense from the Liberty-Eylau 23.
All right.
4 down territory here, most likely for the Buckeyes, Jeff. So especially if they run it on this play, you kind of know they're going to go for it on 4th down.
Henderson still the back. Handoff to Henderson up the middle. Breaks out to the left side. Cuts to the left. Down to the 10, out at the 9.
1st down, Buckeyes inside the 10. That is great vision there by Will Henderson, and of course helps to have those fast feet. 42 points, Jeff, on the scoreboard. Still a quarter and a half to play. The Buckeyes have a 95.6% winning percentage when they score just 30 points or more. At 40 points or more, it's even north of that. Buckeyes only lost 3 games scoring 4 points really in the last 20 years.
All right, let's see what we got in store here. Henderson still the back. Fakes the handoff. Pass complete to number 20, Elias Castillo.
Great look. That is straight out of the University of Alabama playbook. That is a run-pass option. As Cade sticks it in the belly of Will Henderson, pulls it and hits the tight end on a little flash seam route for his 3rd touchdown pass of the night. Just a nice executed drive from the Buckeyes to bring this score to 48-20 as they start to pull away with the extra point left to come.
All right, here's the extra point attempt, and it is good with 7:40 left to play in the 3rd quarter. Gilmer with a commanding lead, 49-20. We'll be right back.
Do you enjoy watching your favorite TV programs on your smartphone or tablet? Or maybe you'd rather watch them on your Roku or Amazon Fire TV. Tired of having to change your TV input from your old traditional cable to watch your favorite streaming apps? If so, we have great news for you. eTex is making the move to streaming and has launched a new app. eTex TV allows you to watch over 130 channels in full HD on your streaming or mobile devices. This means you can simply download the eTex TV app, subscribe, and start watching. With all your favorite functions like DVR and Pause Live TV, and new features like Restart TV. To learn more, visit www.etex.net or contact a customer service rep at 903-797-HELP. That's 903-797-4357.
Back to Jeff Truther Stadium. I want to thank Stanley Ford right here in Gilmer, Texas. Once again, they always provide Fords here in the stadium. Always supporting Gilmer ISD, our students in all extracurricular activities. I want to thank Stanley Ford. Here's the kickoff. It is a high pooch kick. It's going to hit the turf and bounce right into the arms of a Buckeye. What a chip shot. And number 7, they just kind of stand there and watch it hit the turf, and it bounces right into the arms of number 25, Bird for the Buckeyes.
That's just
I have
like
never seen that happen before.
That is just like you draw it up. Kick it to the green grass, 9-iron that thing right backwards and bounce right up to him. 1st and 10 Buckeyes from the 28 now, really looking to dominate this 3rd quarter. Jeff, we're not even halfway through. They've scored twice and they're knocking on the door again.
What great field position once again on the 28-yard line. And Buckeyes really looking to rack up the score. They hand the ball off to Ashton Haynes.
Jeff, let's recognize the Scout Team Players of the Week. On offense, it's Mason Denton. And on defense, it's Josiah Merrill. We thank you guys so much for all your hard work during the week. Those are the unsung heroes of the program, folks, and those are also the future Buckeyes, and we've always been in good hands. A lot of great Buckeyes that come off that special teams, guys.
Yeah, they're trying to draw them off sides again. What good discipline from the Buckeye offense. Haynes goes out of bounds around the 17-yard line. That's going to move the chains, and Buckeyes are eating clock and scoring 49-20.
Yeah, what a great special teams game, Jeff. This may be the special teams game of the season for sure, with almost onside kick work, kick returns work, everything's working on special teams for the Buckeyes.
All right, hand off to Haynes, cuts it back up the middle, Not a lot there, a couple of yards maybe.
Down to the 15-yard line as the Buckeyes content to keep it on the ground, run clock. They're still playing fast. 49 points on the board already, but we still got a quarter and a half left to play. Here comes pressure too, Jeff.
And he's able to get rid of that ball to big number 0.
That's Aaron Bell.
Aaron Bell coming out for a pass for his first completion for the night.
That's a big target, and if you think big, on 3rd down and 1, in comes Braylon Ward at the fullback position. And Liberty-Eylau is going to take a timeout.
No,
Jeff, we'll take a timeout as well. Recognize some of our great sponsors. We'll be right back after these messages.
Texas Heritage National Bank would like to invite the Buckeye Nation to visit our new full-service bank in Gilmer. We are conveniently located on Highway 271 and Redbud Street with a brand new facility ready to serve our friends and neighbors. We offer competitive rates on all of our deposit products, as well as some great options for business financing to help your business grow from 5 employees to 500 employees. Texas Heritage National Bank would also like to take this time to thank all of the teachers, administration, and school board for investing in the future of our kiddos. We would also like to wish all of the student athletes a wonderful and safe year. Come see us soon.
All right, we're back here in Jeff Traylor Stadium with the Buckeyes once again knocking on the door. It's 3rd and 1. Ball spotted on the 8-yard line. And it has all been about the Buckeyes in this second half. Liberty-Eylau kind of was fighting their way back in within 8 points, you know, in the second quarter. Quarterback keeper, Tennyson up the middle, down to the 5.
First down is the Buckeyes using number 9, Ashton Haynes, there as a decoy behind big number 44, Braylon Ward. You know, I think I would do some simple math here.
I'd like to see him throw it to Braylon Ward right now.
Yeah.
I really would. He's in the tight end position, and he can catch.
Give the big dog a bone.
Give the guy, give him a
touchdown this year.
Give the big man a touchdown. There's a snap, handoff in the end zone. And
Ashton Haynes for his second touchdown of the night as Braylon Ward literally blocks the man out of the back of the end zone and draws a flag.
Yeah, we got a flag as he literally took a guy out of the back of the end zone. That's going to be 15 big ones.
Yeah, Braylon Ward doing his best blindside impersonation there and blocking the guy literally out of the back of the end zone and out of his helmet. He said, look, you put me on an offense, I get blocked all the time. I'm going to get my money's worth.
Well, he definitely got his money worth on that one.
Did. My gracious. That's going to cost the Buckeyes 15, but I think Braylon will happily do his push-ups and pay for it. Yeah, that's 15 against the Buckeyes. 55-20, nevertheless.
I just don't think you ought to penalize a guy for being enthusiastic on the kickoff. So we'll be kicking off.
It's like the movie. What did he do? He blocked too hard.
So we'll be kicking off from our 25 instead of our 40.
Well, the way special teams have gone, Jeff, who knows? That may just give the Buckeyes, you know, even worse starting field position inside of Liberty-Eylau territory. Extra point left to come. Up and good, and it's 56-20.
Wow.
And these Buckeyes have come out like a house of fire here in the third quarter.
They really have. Amazing. We'll be right back.
It's gonna be alright. How can you tell? I feel it in my heart. It's gonna be okay.
Juicy's Burgers, serving you for over 40 years.
All right, we're back here in Jeff Traylor Stadium. Unbelievable, 56-20 with 5:49 left to play in the third quarter. Buckeyes putting on a clinic here tonight, especially in defensively and special teams.
have just been outstanding tonight. Not that the offense hasn't played well, because they have, but the wheels have just kind of come off for Liberty-Eylau, and you can tell the momentum has shifted, and they're not playing with the same level of enthusiasm. And, they played extremely well in the first half. I was extremely impressed with what I saw.
Jeff, the second quarter, they gained 163 yards and 7 first downs to the Buckeyes' 6 plays, and those were 2 straight 3 and outs. So they dominated the second quarter, but boy, the Buckeyes have just dominated the scoreboard.
Fair catch on the 44-yard line. And by the way, we have a correction. In pregame tonight, I made a comment that after watching you guys and quoting your inaccurate statistics last week, that the Buckeyes held Pleasant Grove during the first half to 18 yards of offense. Joe Dodd went back and watched the game and recalculated the actual net yards for Pleasant Grove. It was 4 yards.
Well, sorry, we were 50%
4 yards.
We didn't count a penalty.
4 yards of offense is all they had in the first half, which is just, I've never even heard of that. It's crazy, especially against number 3 team in the state. Yeah. It shows you how good this Buckeye defense really is. And they are really that good. Here's the snap. Handoff up the middle. Little room to run.
Gracious.
Chris Guillen comes up from his linebacker position and just hit that guy in the mouth with a lot of prejudice.
That is slamming the door shut. Your
1
hole
yard.
is open, your hole is now closed.
Oh my gosh. He came up and laid the wood on him.
Half a yard gain out, maybe not even the 45. That is, that's coming downhill.
That was a great shot. He saw that guy coming and he went full steam ahead.
Liberty-Eylau now milking clock, down 56-20 as the Buckeyes dominate the third quarter. It's just been scoring every which way, fast and furious for these Buckeyes here after the second.
Yeah, you can even tell the way they come to the line of scrimmage. Their heads are down, they're spent. Handoff on the left side.
Oh,
and
my
again,
gracious.
Chris hit him in the mouth again. I mean, that's 2 in a row.
Somebody in a white jersey better block number 19 before he just completely.
That is 2 in a row, and Chris is in a good mood. I mean, my goodness.
That is a freshman that is now.
Somebody called CPS.
that was.
He said something about his grandmother.
Oh my gosh. Chris Guillen playing with some authority back there.
3rd and long now for Liberty-Eylau. They're going to probably try to put the ball in the air again. Look for number 7 here, trying to get to that soft spot in the zone. He's got to get to the 46-yard line of the Buckeyes for a first down.
All right, they're going to go to the air, and well read there by Zach Easley. Almost overruns him, but does a good job getting there and getting the tackle. That is a good gain for them. That's going to be 4th and 4.
Yeah, I think they have to go for it here, Jeff. And again, watch for this little quick pass as they are going to leave the Buckeyes once again with a short field. We still have 4 minutes left to play in the third quarter.
I know.
And we got 56 points on the board.
Yeah, I know. And I tell you, this defense, one of the toughest I've seen ever for the Buckeyes. We were watching those highlights at halftime a while ago of the 2004 state championship just for fun. And this defense reminds me of that one.
Yeah.
You know, you had the Dodd brothers and
yep.
and Kuakai and all those guys on there. I mean, that was a good defense. And this one reminds me of that. They're very physical. But Tommy Edwards does just a really good job with another offsides penalty. That's the 5th offsides penalty. We never see that in a game.
Yeah, this is going to be 3rd
Tommy
and
does
short.
a great job as defensive coordinator. Just good strategies. They train the boys well. They play physical. They put the right guys in the right spot. And they have just put together a winning formula for this defense. And right on the back of big number 44, Braylon Ward at nose guard.
Yeah, when you've got guys like Matt Burton and Braylon Ward to build the defense around, it really helps because he's really like 2 guys, Jeff. He's almost taking up 2
Well, he reminds you of that big Mack kid from Gladewater.
Dalen Mack,
Yeah.
still playing for the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah. All right, they got an out route here and a nice tackle again by number 12 out there, Zach Easley. Good job there.
That's basically no gain, Jeff. That's going to bring up 4th and 2.
It's fun because to watch some of these guys. I coached some of these guys in the Little League,
They're not little
football,
anymore.
and they're not little anymore.
And Liberty-Eylau is going to punt the ball. They can ill afford to have a short field again, so they're going to punt this back to Roe-Fluellen, and boy, I'd go for it.
I was fixing to say, I just soon
I
have
would punt it
turnover
to
on
Roe.
downs at midfield than to give it to him. I really would. I'd
you-
rather trust my defense than my special teams tonight.
It has been an adventure for the Liberty-Eylau Leopards
sure.
on special teams for sure.
Okay, they got a what do we got here? Delay a game?
Delay a game penalty.
Back them up. Back them up again. So that's the second time tonight we've seen a delay of game, which is a rare penalty, and we've seen 5 offside penalties tonight. So it's a little bit of an odd game from that perspective.
Yeah, if this were the Will Middlebrooks punting unit for the Liberty-Eylau Leopards, I would understand them backing up just to give him some more space. That's the most incredible high school punter I've ever seen.
All right, boy, they just almost get a hand on it every time. And that takes a big Leopard bounce down to the 15-yard line. Look at Rowan down there where he's not supposed to be. You're not supposed to be there, Rowan. He's down there like, I'm going to grab it. You know.
Well, and the funny thing is the reaction of Liberty-Eylau trying to block him out. Said, no, don't pick it up. Don't pick it up. It's like you're standing right beside him. Just tackle him.
Yeah, that's a special kid. 16-yard line. Buckeyes got a long way to go. 84 yards to pay dirt. And I don't think anybody would bet against them getting there tonight the way they've played. Handoff, Henderson around the right side. Henderson throwing stiff arms. Runs out of bounds after a 7-yard gain.
They're going to give him about 4 on that play. It looked like he stepped out probably 3 full yards ahead of where they actually credited him. But a nice gain on first down out to the 20 gives the Buckeyes a little breathing room. 2:20 left to play in this third quarter, but a 56-20 lead for the Buckeyes. You got to think that they'll probably keep it on the ground until LE forces them to throw.
Handoff up the middle. And a nice cut there. Big first down for the Buckeyes. That was number 24. I believe that's Brinkley, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Kevion. And it's an embarrassment of riches for the Buckeyes. This Kevion Brinkley is, believe it or not, the 3rd string running back. You're going to look up in a couple of years and say, that guy was 3rd string? Yeah. Look who was running behind. Your first team All-State tailback and a kid that runs 10-3 in the 100.
Again, handoff up the middle to Brinkley. Running hard up the gut.
Yeah, you can
They're
tell.
trying to run clock and
get some valuable experience. Kevion may have 60, 70 yards rushing on this drive. He is that good, folks, and he is the backup's backup. And
that's what I tell Braden all the time. Braden's a backup running back too. He and Kevion backup, 2 of the best backs we've ever had. I'm like, son, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, get autographs while you know him.
You got the fastest kid that's probably ever played in Gilmer, and then you got, one of the best backs, from a statistical standpoint. Handoff again to Brinkley up the middle. Look at him running hard. Nice job there by Brinkley getting up the middle, getting the first down.
He is talented. He reminds me of where Ashton Haynes was as a sophomore. Remember, Ashton didn't even play in the varsity until the playoffs his sophomore year, and wound up just being the staple in that state championship appearance, and really has kind of been on the scene ever since. We've got a stoppage of the clock here. It's official timeout.
Yeah, we got an injury down there on the field. We've got a lineman down. We're going to take a break. Be right back.
At First National Bank, together we're better. We're a regional bank, big enough for all of East Texas, that cares and is invested in the people and communities we serve. With the strength and services to meet the needs of every customer, big or small. From business financing for big companies and small mom and pops to our family of personal banking customers. First National Bank of East Texas. Together, we're better. And we think that's kind of a big deal.
Please join Jeff Rash and Alan Metzel each Monday morning for the Gilmer Buckeyes Coaches Show.
Every week, Jeff and Alan discuss elements of the program, speak with special guests, give player updates, review key plays from the prior week, and give insights on the opponent for the current week. As a fan, this is your chance to go into the locker room and behind the scenes. To view the Coaches Show, go to GilmerBuckeyes.com and click on the Coaches Show button. Go Buckeyes!
All right, we're back here, and we've got our cramp taken care of, so we are ready to play again. And once again, we got Cade in the backfield. I believe Brinkley, the running back, still there. They're going to hand it off to him. Little confusion. And he's going to get back maybe a yard and a half on the carry. Had a little confusion on the carry.
Yeah, Kevion was going to the right, and Caden spun out to hand him the ball. Obviously, Kevion not accustomed to getting a whole lot of reps, but that is going to be the last play of the fourth quarter, and we'll come right back after a word from our sponsors.
Hall of Fame inductees, Brent Godarzi and Marty Young. Back-to-back #1 trucking firm in the nation. Back-to-back best attorney and best law firm in East Texas.
It's fully loaded, great gas mileage, 30,000-mile warranty.
I like it. What else do you have?
Here's one. It's fully loaded, great gas mileage, 30,000-mile warranty.
Looks like the same car.
Exactly the same. But this one's $120 less per month.
What's the catch?
No catch if you use Credit Union of Texas. Let me show you.
With the Credit Union of Texas Flex Auto Loan, you get the car of your dreams, lower payments, no hassle. Get started now at cutx.org.
All right, we're back here in Jeff Traylor Stadium, and starting the fourth quarter.
With 56 points on the board.
Yeah, 56-20. Do not adjust your televisions. It is actually 56-20. Buckeyes have just put on a clinic, and 56-20, and they only had 6 or 7 plays in the second quarter. That's what's scary.
And still scored 14 points.
Yeah.
Neither one of them on offense.
They were like didn't even play, you might as well say, the second quarter. So it's pretty amazing. There's a snap, handoff up the middle. Brinkley, and he is going to be driven backwards. Maybe got a yard with his forward progress.
Well, Caden is done for the night. Here in the fourth quarter, it's Jaden Edmond getting some valuable time as a backup quarterback. And from what Stump tells me, Jaden is also very, very capable, not only with his arm, but especially between his ears. He is a very, very perceptive backup, as it really reminds me of when Stump started his sophomore year at quarterback, the last 3 years started that we had here. You remember Braylon Webb was the backup, and just, you know, it allowed you to be able to run the football with Stump, as Caden will do more and more often because you got a capable backup. So
handoff once again, Brinkley around the left side. Does a good job of scrambling over to the left side. I mean, he just took out of there like a bullet.
Well, this is an interesting
nice run
scenario.
There.
Yeah, 4th down and 3 to go, and I would imagine that Coach Metzel is going to punt the football here.
4th down and 3.
Maybe run the clock down when he does that. But shows you what I know. The backups, quarterback stays in the game, and they're going to give some valuable snaps to these guys that can play important roles going into the playoffs here. 4th down and 3. Here's motion. Gonna hand
off up the middle, and look at here. Brinkley breaks one to the left side, racing for the end zone. That's knocked out of bounds around the 12-yard line. I want to give a shout out to Brandon Dodd, who is watching this game from Athens, Greece, not Athens, Texas.
Well, let me tell you.
It's 6 a.m. in the morning.
It is early. It's not late. It's early.
It's
in Athens,
early.
Greece.
So, Brandon,
8-hour
former
time
Buckeye, we want to say thanks for waking up and watching the Buckeyes this morning.
Yeah, you're in a lovely part of the world in Athens, run by the Acropolis.
I want to thank Stanley Ford once again for all their support of the Gilmer Buckeyes. They usually bring cars out here and put it in the end zone for these games, and I bought my truck from Stanley Ford. We want to thank them for their support for all extracurricular activities for the Buckeyes. Stanley Ford, located on Highway 271 in Gilmer. $9:50 left to play in the fourth quarter. Hand off to Brinkley once again. They're all over him. You know, that's the bad thing. I feel sorry for these guys that come in at backup because, you know, it's backup running back because
they're keying on you.
They know what you're doing. They know you're going to run the ball because you're not going to. You're just trying to run clock and you're not going to throw it. You know, and so it's tough. And then, of course, on top of that, if you're a running back, you're usually also bringing backup offensive linemen. So, I mean, you're just getting clobbered. Yeah, you know, you don't really.
You're running against the first-team defense that is not very happy down 56-20.
Yeah.
Loves to see another number 9 coming at you, number 22 coming at you real fast. And now here's a number that they can catch up with.
Up the middle, Brinkley running, and he gets flipped upside down as he gets to the 6-yard line. Nice run there.
It was a great run. And Kevion is, and let me tell you, Kevion is the absolute starting running back in any other team in the district, including this team and including Pleasant Grove as well. And it is just an embarrassment of riches for the Buckeyes at running back. It always has been. And it's a good problem to have. 3rd down and 5. The Buckeyes still can pick up a first down inside the 5-yard line.
And again, they're keying on him, but he's still able to get a couple. It's going to bring up 4th down. They're going to go for it again.
Let's see if the Buckeyes go kick this one, as they are going to send in the field goal unit and number 84. That's Jose Govea. Is going to get a chance.
They should let Brinkley take a shot at that.
Yeah, I would.
I don't like that call. I'll go on record. They should have let him he did all that work, ate all that clock, and now you're going to kick a field goal.
Govea comes in for basically
I hate
extra
this
point.
call. I absolutely hate it. Brinkley deserved a shot. I would have gave him a shot at the end zone. Kid works hard all week long. He deserves a shot at it.
Snap, kick is up, and it is
good.
59-20. Your Buckeyes extend this lead. The bad news, Jeff, is there's still 7 minutes and 48 seconds to play in this contest. We'll be right back after word from our sponsors.
Crowley Funeral Home has been serving families in Gilmer since 1883. Funeral director and Gilmer High School graduate Troy Murray leads the professional staff at Crowley Funeral Home and is committed to providing dignified, respectful, and compassionate assistance to every family in their time of need. Crowley Funeral Home feels strongly about maintaining high standards of excellent service while still keeping prices affordable. At Crowley Funeral Home, we treat your family as our own.
All right, we're back here to the, I would say action, but it's 59-20. So we're back here to the game.
That's right.
Game that's running a little late. We still got 7:48 left to play in this game. Buckeyes about to kick off to the Leopards, and you can see the morale. The wind is just out of their sails at this point. They're like, let's just take the long bus ride home. And they've got to be stunned because they're so talented. Look, it's 59-20, and you're sitting here going, we beat them 59-20. They must be terrible. They are not.
They are not terrible.
They are not terrible.
But
the Buckeyes have just played a perfect game tonight.
Yeah, and special teams, all 3 phases. And I got to tell you, Joe Dodd said it best at halftime. He said, look, LE plays Pleasant Grove next week, and I wouldn't be surprised to see LE coming out on top in that contest.
All right, here is a kick. Ball hits the ground. Bounces.
Buckeyes have it.
Well, they could.
Second time in a row, my gracious. And
I don't know what is it. Yeah, they're signaling.
On the side, Buckeyes have the football. It's the kicker.
The kicker got the ball. That is so awesome. I just love this. That is fantastic.
They don't have anything in the middle of the field.
No. It's very simple. You kick it to green grass, and that ball checks back, and the up back for Liberty-Eylau tries to go grab it, and he fumbles it forward. And the Buckeyes, once again, have a short field. Deja vu all over again. 1st and 10 from the 39-yard line of Liberty-Eylau after a muffed kick. And now we're going to see Braden Rash in. He's already got 1 touchdown on the season. He's in at running back now. So,
and this is where he just starts getting clobbered. Hand off to Braden, up the middle. Lowers his head. Gets down to about the 35-yard line.
Nice 6-yard pickup on that play.
Probably about a 4-yard pickup, maybe 5. We'll call it 4 yards on the carry. And again, they're just going to key on him and just pummel these two backup guys. We're going to let a lot of clock go off there and then hand it and say, come get this kid.
Und ich werde noch sagen, Caroline, wenn du noch schläfst, da hättest du nicht schlafen sollen, weil ein Freund hier ist jetzt mal in dem Spiel.
Yeah, and for those that are wondering why Todd's going into convulsions, hang on, come around from the backside, drags him down for a loss of 2. Nobody picked up the blitz from the backside.
Well, the sad part, Jeff, is that there were 3 people that might have understood that, but they may also be in bed.
Yeah, Todd's giving a shout out to our friends from Germany listening tonight at late in the morning, early in the morning, actually. 7-hour time difference.
Yeah, we're past late. We got a battle of the bands going in the background.
Yeah, there's a lot of confusion going on around here. They're going to hand off, jet sweep, and he's going to get out to about the 35-yard line.
The bad news for Coach Metzel is it's no man's land. You're 4th down and 7 at the 35. Yeah, I mean.
And they're literally just trying to burn clock.
Yeah.
They're not,
What do you do here?
You're trying to burn as much clock as you can and just get out of here. Coach Metzel doesn't want to run the score up, obviously. They're not going to put the ball in the air. They're just going to let the play clock run down and then hand off probably to Braden once again.
Let's see if Braden can cut back against the grain here, back to his left side.
And again, you've got your backup line here.
There it is, right there. Nice cut.
And he's not going to get there. He gets about a 3-yard gain. That'll be turnover on downs.
Rash down to the 32.
So 5:27 left to play in this game. It's not a contest anymore, but it's still a game. As we will look at some scores from around East Texas, Jeff. And we will check on the live scoreboard. We want to say once again a happy birthday to the birthday boy, Manuel Johnson, out there. Our best wishes to him. And boy, it was fun watching those highlights at halftime. We'll do the same thing next week. And after this play, Jeff, we'll go into some scores as Liberty-Eylau comes back on the field, 1st and 10 from the 32-yard line.
They're going to come out here and start slinging it around the yard. No, they're going to hand off. Hand off. Braden Rash going to drag him down on the outside.
Nice tackle there.
That'll be maybe a yard gain.
So Mesquite Horn beats Tyler Legacy 24-16. Longview rumbles 42-19 over North Mesquite. Lufkin in a tie ball game in overtime, 45-45. I think that's a final score. Tyler High wins over West Mesquite 21-0. White House a victor tonight, 56-42 over Hawesville. That sounds like the track meet that we were having.
North Lamar over Spring Hill 27-20.
Wow.
Here's the snap.
Almost
picked off. Almost picked off. Great season so far this year for the Buckeyes. And this game being just an absolute clinic. Brings up 3rd and 9 for the Leopards. They're going to put the ball in the air here.
I think they got to kind of have to, huh, Jeff?
Yep. And I'm surprised we're playing up pretty close. They're going to hand the ball off.
Good defense. That's Braden Rash in on the stop. Number 19, of course, Chris Guillen, and number 42 for the Gilmer Buckeyes. Excuse me, number 47, Justin Jones. And Ro Fluellen is going to go back and probably with explicit instructions, either get away from it or fair catch it. With 3:40 left, there is nothing really left to play for except for triple zeros and nobody get hurt at the end of this game, because Liberty-Eylau is going to punt once again.
They got a timeout. Take a timeout. I'm not sure.
Snapped it right past the punter.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Well, they took a timeout, but we'll take advantage of that. Recognize some of our sponsors.
Gilmer National Bank is your hometown community bank, serving people in East Texas for over a century. We are your neighbors, friends, and partners in making this a great place to live. Our employees make us a special place to do business. We are there for you when you need us. Come by and see us and find out what makes people say, "That's my bank." Gilmer National Bank, an equal opportunity lender and member FDIC.
We're back here, and it's 4th and 9. The Leopards are going to punt. So we'll see here what happens. Rowan Fluellen standing on his own 42. They're going to punt it away from him. And it's going to roll out of bounds around the 40. So Buckeyes are going to get the offense back out here one more time.
Well, Jeff, 59-20. Now that the tough part of your district schedule is over. You're 6-0. You're ranked number 2 in the state. You've probably got the next district championship now on ice if you're Coach Alan Metzel. And the real challenge now is to keep everybody healthy over these next 3-4 weeks, take care of business, and get ready for the looming regional championship and the playoffs. And the Buckeyes could not have scripted this season so far any better than what they're sitting right now. Kevion reaches behind him to get the handoff, still squirts up the field for about a 12-yard gain into Liberty-Eylau territory, 1st and 10. As how are you going to tell Kevion not to run hard? He is talented, but put Braylon in. And Braylon comes in and runs hard.
Yeah, they put Braden Rash back in at back. 2:44 left in the game.
Edmund, the quarterback,
and they're stacking the box. And he's going to run right up the middle of that. Helmet off. Lost his helmet. So he has to come out of the game for at least a play.
Clock still running at 2:25. 2nd and 10, but inside Liberty-Eylau territory.
Brinkley up the middle. And again, I feel sorry for these guys. They're just waiting on them. I mean, they know every play is coming up the middle. We're trying not to score.
It's like they take turns taking licks.
That's exactly what it is. You're like dummy defense, dummy offense, That's literally what you are right now. Is you're the running dummy.
3rd and 5 from the 41.
So they'll stack everybody up there just to smack them.
Oh my gracious. Braden Rash still scrambling around in the backfield, but he was wearing 4 white jerseys before he even got the line of scrimmage. That's going to be a loss of about 3. And let's see if Coach Metzel decides to run the ball here.
You talk about the wealth of riches that we have. Braden, you take him to most other 3A schools in this certainly in our district, and he'll be the starting running back as well.
Oh, yeah.
And he gets frustrated because he'd love to run behind that number one line early in the game, but him and Brinkley never get to do that.
So we're going to go for it on 4th down here. See if Braden can break one because they're going to hand it to him. And he spins out of one tackle, keeps his feet, still on his feet.
Yeah, he's still going. A lot of effort there. I don't know if his knee hit or not, but
turnover on downs with 36 seconds left as the Buckeyes do what the Buckeyes intend to do on that drive, which is run the clock pretty much down to nothing. 59-20 is going to be your final score here, barring some kind of Liberty-Eylau Hail Mary. And the Gilmer Buckeyes are going to move to 6-0 on the season.
big victory tonight, 59-20. Just an amazing performance. The defense and special teams, most especially, just want to call that out.
Boy, they've done a great job tonight.
They really have. Handoff up the middle.
So as we're going to check on a few scores here, as Lindale and Chapel Hill beats Lindale 65-45. What a track meet. We've played both those teams, and of course that's the District of Doom. And we knew how talented Chapel Hill was with their 7 turnovers against the Buckeyes. Pleasant Grove blanks Pittsburgh 35-0 tonight. Carthage.
That's going to be the end of the game, folks. They're going to line up, shake hands.
Carthage blanks Rusk 49-0 tonight. Center beats Van 63-21. But your Buckeyes pull away with a victory 59-20 here tonight and take a commanding lead over the probably second and third place team and leave them to fight it out for second place next week. Jeff, that'll be an interesting game between Pleasant Grove and Liberty-Eylau. But your Buckeyes now have the table set for their 3rd straight district championship. So we will sign off tonight and thank our sponsors. Say happy birthday to Mr. Manuel Johnson. And we will be back next week on the road and looking forward to another district championship stacking up. For myself, Todd Robinson, the voice of the Buckeyes, Mr. Jeff Rash, Eric Conitz, on our production crew tonight, Coach Rob, who called several touchdowns for us tonight. We want to say thanks to our sponsors, and we will see you next week. Go Buckeyes.